Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Wildcat Basketball on the Wildcat Sports YouTube page and the NFHS Network. I'm David Warrington alongside my broadcast partner, Cody Ratliff, and we're coming to you live from Central City High School for tonight's girls and boys varsity basketball doubleheader between the visiting Maquoketa Valley Wildcats and your Central City Wildcats. And before we get started, we'll go ahead and give a shout out to our sponsor, Heartland Bank.
Heartland Bank is everywhere you are. With our online and mobile banking apps, you have your accounts at your fingertips anytime, anywhere. Check your balance, pay bills, transfer money, and find Heartland Bank locations with just a touch. Bank on the go at hbtbank.com, member FDIC.
So the Wildcats back at home tonight for some Tri-Rivers West action between the Wildcats of Maquoketa Valley and the Wildcats of Central City. Should be a pretty close matchup. These teams look pretty even on paper. Both are 11-7 on the season, and earlier this year it was just a one-point game between these two teams.
Yeah, I think everybody involved with these two programs have been kind of eyeballing this game. That they're both 11-7, like you said. And when we played up at Mac Valley, a month or so ago, it was down to the last shot, final possession. We had a good look at a little baseline shot. It just didn't go in, and that was the ball game. So, I mean, as a competitor, you have to be ready to roll tonight, and I know I am. I've been looking forward to it. So here's our chance. Let's knock off the Wildcats of Mac Valley tonight.
This one pushed back 6 days, of course, because of the reschedule. Supposed to be last Tuesday, if I'm not mistaken, but moved it to tonight, and we are ready to go for some Monday night basketball in the Tri-Rivers Conference. So previewing the Central City Wildcats, they're 11-7 on the year. They had been riding a 3-game win streak, and they'd won all 3 of those games by 20 points or more. But they were upset on the road by Edgewood-Colesburg this past Friday, 46-43. I was surprised when I saw the result in that one.
Yeah, for sure. I kind of was talking to some of the girls in class in the last couple days, and like, yeah, what the heck happened? And it's like, well, we just couldn't make a shot. We didn't really turn the ball over. Nothing really went out of the ordinary. We just couldn't make a shot. And, sometimes you're going to have that. And hopefully tonight's not one of those nights.
And for my time playing, Edco was always one of those places that was a little tough to play at. Them, Alburnett, and probably Easton Valley are up there as one of the toughest places to play.
It's always somebody's grandpa, officiating, and you're going to get some home cooking every time. And, yeah, I think I led the country in most technical fouls in that barn probably still do, to be honest. Never an easy place to play. It feels like the crowd's right on top of you, and I mean, good environment. It's one a competitor likes to play in, but yeah, it's tough to play there for sure. So hopefully tonight's different.
Looking at some numbers for Central City, Sarah Reed is the do-everything player for the Wildcats. She's averaging 17.9 a game. That includes 27 in their win against Starmont a little while ago. And then she also leads the team in pretty much every other category. She pulls down 9.9 rebounds a night, has 3.9 assists, 2.6 steals, and 1.8 blocks. She leads in every of the main meaningful statistical categories. She's just obviously the key to the game every night out for Central City. And then also Bailey Weber is another player that's having a nice year. She's averaging 15.4 a game, and I called the Alburnett game a couple weeks ago. She finished that one with 30 points. I have to imagine that's a career high for her. She's taken a big step up this year after coming off the bench as a freshman last year.
Yeah, she's done a great job. Actually, both games against Alburnett. We had a close one over there with them, third game of the year or so. And Bailey, I don't know, something about it. She's just a Pirate killer, so hopefully she's a Wildcat killer too, because we talked in the pregame, like, I just want to see Mac Valley girls lose every game against the Wildcats anyways, and I haven't ever seen it. So it'd be nice to witness that, and I'll probably throw my headset and storm the court.
They've been so good for so long that it was almost one of those games that you don't want to say you don't have a chance, but definitely one of those that you're coming in knowing that's going to be a tall task. And this year, Maquoketa Valley's not quite as good as they were a year ago. I'll use that to transition in here to looking at the Wildcats of Maquoketa Valley. They are also 11-7 on the year, as I said. They've also taken a step down after going perfect in the regular season last year, ending up as the Class 2A state runner-ups. They lost a lot of very good players to graduation, but they're still a solid team in the ultra-competitive Tri-Rivers West. They're currently on a 2-game winning streak, and they got a nice win on Saturday. They took down Turkey Valley, who's a pretty solid team, 44-41. So that's a nice win for them coming into this game. Kylie Chestnut is the leading scorer for Maquoketa Valley. She averages 9.5 points a game, and she also leads in rebounding. She pulls down 6.9 per night. Bianca Ronabaum dishes out a team-leading 2.3 assists, and she also leads the team in steals. She dishes out steals 2.2 passes per night. And then we touched on it. It was a heartbreaker for the Wildcats when they played in Delhi earlier this year. Central City led by 6 entering the fourth quarter. Had a good look to try to win the game at the buzzer, but it was just off the mark, and they ended up losing that one 43-42. They'll look to right that wrong here tonight as they look to take down the Maquoketa Valley Wildcats. So we'll see if the home court advantage is any difference in that one, as it was a very close one-point game over in Delhi. Hopefully Central City can take care of business and defend their home floor tonight.
I think the girls want this one. So anybody that's played the game, you have that heartbreaker loss when actually I think they had a decent lead in that game too and kind of let it go at the end. And when wheels started falling off, I don't think you forget that. And let's just hope they come out and they're hitting some shots and we can have some big performances. Everybody can PR tonight. I don't care. I'm good with that.
And also, taking a look at the Tri-Rivers West standings, this game is to determine between 4th and 5th place, because Maquoketa Valley is 6-5, Central City 6-6. So whoever wins this one will sit at 4th place, loser will sit at 5th place. Always nice to get in the top half of just such a tough conference like this.
Brutal conference.
Everybody else above Mac Valley and Central City is ranked in the top 15. East Buchanan's 13th. Springville is, I believe, 5th, and Northland's 4th. They may be flopped there, but I know they're 4 or 5, one way or the other.
It's always fun to see our girls go into postseason play. It's like, oh, we're like the 2nd, 3rd, 4th seed in districts, but yet we were the 6th, 7th, 8th seed in our own conference. So it's always fun when you get around to that postseason play and see where you're ranked.
And then even in the teams below Central City and Mac Valley, you've got Edco, who upset Central City just on Friday night, and then Alburnett gave the Wildcats a run for their money, and that's not just the Central City girls. They've given their best shot. They've been close in several games. They're 2-10 in the conference, but they've been in plenty of close games. Even those teams that are considered bottom feeders in the conference, they're not bad basketball teams by any stretch of the imagination. So we've got a minute on the clock as both teams are still getting some shots up. They'll probably be heading over to their benches any second, as then we'll get started up for tonight's varsity matchup, Central City and Maquoketa Valley. We'll try not to get the Wildcats mixed up too much. Try to refrain from referring by their nickname.
It's the Wildcat cast. There's only one Wildcats in this gym right now, David.
That's right.
They're wearing black and red.
So both teams make their way over to the bench. One interesting thing to note from Maquoketa Valley is actually they're under new leadership this year, as their longtime head coach is actually taking a one-year sabbatical. I believe he's focusing on his school, I read online. So they've got co-head coaches this year taking over. So some different leadership from Maquoketa Valley in a year that's been full of changes for the Wildcats. Central City will look to take down Maquoketa Valley tonight, hopefully jump back into the top half of that TRC West with a victory tonight.
He probably just didn't want his first loss to Central City, so he took the year off, is my guess.
So Mrs. Hackman's going to introduce our starting lineups here tonight. And as she does so, I will follow along and let you know who's starting for both sides. Looks like Central City sticking with pretty much the same 5 as they've gone with most of the year. So no big surprises there. Quickly introducing the officials. And here are tonight's starting lineups. For Mac Valley, a 5'8 senior, number 10, Carissa Sabers. For Central City, a 5'3 senior, number 5, Natalie Noonan.
I do believe we didn't have Natalie at that last game either.
That's a big difference.
Yep.
For Mac Valley, a 5'9 senior, number 13, Kylie Chestnut. For Central City, a 5'7 senior, number 15, Hannah Kramer. For Mac Valley, a 5'6 freshman, number 15, Bianca Ronabaum. For Central City, a 5'8 senior, number 22, Briley Brooks. For Mac Valley, a 5'8 sophomore, number 25, Haley Ronabaum. For Central City, a 5'5 sophomore, number 23, Bailey Weber. For Mac Valley, a 5'6 junior, number 33, Kennedy Roush. And for Central City, a 5'10 senior, number 25, Sarah Reed. Assistant coach for the Maquoketa Valley is Heidi Hager. Co-head coaches are Brad Huber and Allie Sherman. Assistant coach for Central City is Lisa Reed. Head coach is Al Fear. We'll take a quick break as Briley Brooks performs our national anthem.
All right, David, do you think when you were a senior you could go out and sing the national anthem, then 10 seconds later go play basketball?
Well, I certainly could have done it, but I don't know if I could have done it quite as nicely as Briley does.
Yeah, they wouldn't have let me do it, so. Because I couldn't have, so I'd had one shot at it. Briley Brooks is
multi-talented young lady.
Got us ready to go.
So Central City going with Noonan, Kramer, Brooks, Weber, and Reed. It is Sabres, Chestnut, Ronabaum, and Roush for Maquoketa Valley. Central City in their home whites with the black and red trim. Maquoketa Valley in their traveling blacks with the gold and white trim. Sarah Reed will jump for the Wildcats of Central City as the ball is in the air. Tip is controlled by Bailey Weber, and the Central City Wildcats will have it first. Noonan top of the key, swings it right wing to Brooks. Now Noonan thinks about a jumper from the mid-range over to Bailey Weber. Her three-pointer is through. Bailey Weber's hot right away. Three from Weber, 3-0 Central City. Now Maquoketa Valley into the front court. It's Ronabaum, the freshman, running the one. Swings it over to Haley Ronabaum, a sophomore, perhaps sisters. Her three-pointer is well off the mark.
Looked like the Wildcats are playing a 2-3 zone there. Either way.
Maybe wanting to allow those shots like that one there. If that's the plan, that's going to work like that. That'll be just fine.
Uh-oh.
As down court pass from Weber goes to Kramer. Now high post to Noonan. One dribble, has her shot partially blocked, but they also got her on the body, perhaps the arm a little bit as well. So Natalie Noonan will go to the line for Central City. Chance to shoot two as they got that foul on Kylie Chestnut. The 5'9 senior leads the way in rebounding and scoring for Maquoketa Valley. Her first team foul number one as Noonan misses her first. She will get a chance for one more. 7.5 to go in the first quarter. 3-0 early lead for Central City off the Bailey Weber three. Noonan misses both. It's tipped by Kramer, but they're going to get a foul. And they are going to get Hannah for the foul. They're trying to get the offensive board.
So Noonan, I don't think played that last game at Mac Valley and has already got an assist and drew a foul in the first 30 seconds. So we'll take it.
She's not going to score 20 a night, but she's one of those players that just does the dirty work, especially on the defensive end. As the Maquoketa Valley Wildcats have it, we got a no bump on the call. They're just going to say out of bounds as Brooks kind of bumped into Ronabaum as she was trying to get downhill. Sabres throws it into Ronabaum. Freshman point guard for Maquoketa Valley. Always interesting to see how that plays out. Over to Roush, right wing. Nice ball movement from Maquoketa Valley. Shot's no good from Roush, but she is fouled. And she'll go to the line to shoot a pair for the Wildcats of Mac Valley.
Yeah, Brooks tried to slide across the lane. Got there a little slow. Needed to be about one step quicker. And got the body and put her at the foul line.
That is Briley's first, team foul number two, as the first free throw is good from Roush. She'll get one more. 3-1 our score. Second free throw on the way. That one is good as well, so she makes both. 3-2 as Maquoketa Valley's pressuring in the full court. Noonan gets it. Across half court to Kramer. It's tipped around, out of bounds, off of Hannah Kramer, they're going to say. So it will be Maquoketa Valley basketball.
Yeah, that was unfortunate. A little bit of body there, but no call.
Wildcats cross into the front court. Rona Baum running the one. She has the top of the key guarded by Noonan. Now left wing to Roush. Lob play to Sabres down low. Her layup's no good. Tipped around. Ball's loose. Picked up by the Wildcats of Mac Valley. Roush got it. Top of the key to Rona Baum attacking. And it's going to be thrown off the foot of Weber, but not before a traveling violation was called. So that'll be Central City ball. Brooks to throw it in against the full court press. Noonan and Weber are the guards down there. She gets it into Noonan. She's double teamed right away. Now triple teamed almost. Across half court to Reed. Nice skip pass to Weber down low. Her layup takes an unlucky bounce and out. Noonan came in to try to force a jump ball, and she did so.
The jump.
Good job there by Noonan. Wildcats won't get it as it'll go to Maquoketa Valley off the possession arrow, but now they will have the possession arrow, and always a good job to force the jump ball. Good hustle there by Noonan. Maquoketa Valley into the front court. Right wing to Rona Baum. Top of the key. Kylie Chestnut in the free throw line. Now Rona Baum looking for somewhere to go with it. Right corner to Sabres. Takes one dribble, thinks about a pull-up jumper. Short corner to Chestnut. Top of the key. Three-pointer on the way from Rona Baum. That is good. As Bianca Rona Baum gets her first basket, and Maquoketa Valley has their first lead at 5-3. Brooks double-teamed, a little bit of trouble. Gets it to Noonan, who takes a couple dribbles, picks it up. Kick-ahead pass to Kramer. Now Weber thinks about a three. Now she's going to give it over to Noonan, top of the key. High post to Reed, takes a couple dribbles, goes up to the hoop and puts it in. Nice move inside by Sarah Reed to get on the scoreboard. 5-5 our score as Reed has two. Rona Baum, top of the key, guarded by Noonan. Rona Baum's playing catch now. As now it's back to Bianca. She swings it over to Sabres on the right wing. Top of the key to Roush. Maquoketa Valley content to just throw it around a while. That mid-range shot off the mark from Carissa Sabres, and the Wildcats rebound. Reed ahead to Weber. She'll take the kick-ahead three. That one's going to be just off the mark. Rebound is fought for. It's going to be off of Brooks, and she tried to save it. A good hustle there to try to get the rebound.
I'm a little interested here looking at the future of basketball with the introduction of the shot clock coming. Maybe teams going to go a little more zone and force some outside shots. Is that going to change the outlook of Iowa high school basketball?
Very interesting to look at as next year. It's just next year the shot clock will be in effect. That'll be certainly something to look at. As we got a foul on the floor as they got it to Aaron Nipper, a 5'8 junior, just checked into the game.
It's Hannah Kramer's
and that is going to be Hannah Kramer's second foul. So she'll come out. Coletta Wade is going to come back into the game, or will enter for the first time for Central City, I should say, as Kramer will have to exit with two fouls. Team foul number 3. Maquoketa Valley will throw it underneath their own basket. Corner three on the way from Roush. That's good. As Kennedy Roush gets her second bucket, her first triple, 5 for her. It's 8-5 Mac Valley. Inbounds pass goes to Noonan. Maquoketa Valley still in this full court press. Kick ahead pass down court. Nice ball moved by the Wildcats, and Coletta Wade finish inside and one. As Coletta Wade came into the game ready to play, she got the pass from Weber down low and took a big bump. She's up a little gingerly. She'll go to the line to shoot one as they got Haley Ronabaum for the foul, her first team foul number 2. Wade going to the line to shoot one. Love seeing players come in ready to go, coming in cold off the bench. And Wade was ready right there and gets her free throw to go off the glass. Not sure if she called it. But either way, the result is another point for Central City. They take a 9-8 advantage. Maquoketa Valley into the front court. Left wing to Ronabaum. High post to Nipper. In a little bit of trouble. Now Ronabaum, left wing three-pointer is going to be well off the mark. Too strong. She's taken 2, and she's missed both of them pretty badly.
It's actually 8-8. Vaughn got happy fingers there. So I was going to say it was 5-5. They hit a 3. Then we had an and 1. So that should be 8-8.
Good call on that. Vaughn trying to sneak us an extra point there maybe as Briley Brooks a little bit short off the 3 on the front of the rim. And Maquoketa Valley will bring it back the other way. Bianca Ronabaum crosses into the front court. Now down low to Chestnut.
3 seconds.
And they're going to get a foul on Noonan, I think. He's getting physical in there. That will be Natalie's first. And team foul number 4. We've got a sub here from Maquoketa Valley.
Yeah, we gotta settle down with some of these fouls. We're in a zone, may partially to probably stay out of some foul trouble, but.
Kaylin Sands is the new entry from Maquoketa Valley.
Travel.
Yeah, Nipper kind of lost her footing there. They're going to get her for the traveling violation. Already 4 fouls for Central City. Less than halfway through the opening quarter, so they'll need to clean that up a little bit. Noonan into the front court, picks up her dribble. Now over to Weber, left wing. She's open, but passes it up over to Reed at the free throw line. Noonan's going to take a mid-range jumper. It's good. Noonan doesn't go to the jump shot all that often, so nice to see her put that in. That's her first bucket of the night.
Back in the lead, 10-8 Wildcats.
High post to Nipper. Sends it down low to Chestnut. Spins around, now gets it back to Roush. Her three-pointer from the left wing is going to be too strong, no good. There's a hustle for the rebound there. It's going to go out of bounds. Who touched it last? The referees confer for a moment, and they decide it was Central City. So Maquoketa Valley will keep it. 3:35 to go in the opening quarter. Sands will inbound for Mac Valley, just in front of the Wildcat bench. Bounces it into Nipper on the right wing. She doesn't seem super comfortable out there on the perimeter. Mid-range pull-up jumper on the way from Ronabom is going to be no good. Had a chance, gets her own rebound. That's no good also as Reed pulls down the rebound. And Sarah will run it for Central City over to Briley Brooks. Looking to get downhill. Nice pass inside to Coletta Way, but she's too strong on the layup. Noonan pulls in the offensive rebound. Loses it for a second. Now Weber standing behind the volleyball line looking to reset the Wildcat offense. Bounce pass over to Brooks. Now high post to Reed. Takes one backwards dribble, puts it up. It's good. Sarah Reed gets that one to go. That's kind of her specialty. The one backwards dribble, pull-up jumper, and she gets it to fall. It's 12-8 Central City. Just under 3 minutes to go in the opening quarter.
Suppose maybe she developed that shot shooting over her brother.
Oh, I would have to. Her 6'7" older brother and 5'10" Reed. She has to figure out some way to get a shot up.
Yeah.
As we have Belle Whitson making her first appearance in tonight's game. The 5'2" sophomore will get some playing time here late in the first quarter. Wildcats have it. Inbounds pass goes to Ronabom. Dangerous pass, but it ends up in the hands of Roush. Good defense being played by the Wildcat guards. Ronabom trying to get downhill, and Reed gets her foot in there. Maybe learn that one from brother as well.
Well, probably not. That's probably a mom influence. Nick never really played defense till, college. Kind of a sandbagger on offense. Just kidding, Nick. You're probably listening.
If nothing else, he was quite good at blocking shots. To contribute to that is his 6'7" frame with long wingspan, as we got a foul inside. Nipper was the one that was fouled, as she'll go to the line to shoot a pair.
It's like fouls on Sarah there. No, 23
like
Reed.
Bailey Weber on the foul.
Reed, Weber.
Her first team foul number 5, so they're just too shy of being over the limit with 2.5 to go in the opening quarter.
Yeah.
Nipper, no good off the back iron in their first free throw. She'll have a chance for one more as she's trying to get on the scoreboard. It's still 12-8, Central City with a 4-point advantage.
We got Belle Whitson checking in as Noonan heads for the bench.
Nipper does make the back half of the trip to the free throw line, so she's 1 of 2, 12-9 our score. As Bailey Weber's going to run a little point guard for Central City over to Brooks. Pass in and out of the hands of Reed, but she saves it. Over to Weber, top of the key. Her three-pointer is going to be short off front of the rim, rebounded by the Wildcats. That was Sands, the Wildcats of Maquoketa Valley, that is, who pulled in the rebound. As Mac Valley brings it into the front court with Ronabom, over to Sands' right wing, guarded by Weber out there. Down low to Chestnut, passes tip, takes one hard dribble, goes up with it, it's no good, gets her own rebound. Goes up with it again. That one is going to bounce around and through. Kylie Chestnut, leading scorer for Maquoketa Valley, averaging just shy of double figures, gets her first bucket of the night. Wildcat lead is cut to 1. It's 12-11. Whitson has it in the high post, takes a jumper. It's going to be no good, too strong off the back of the iron, and the rebound is secured by Nipper. Maquoketa Valley into the front court. Ronabom running things for Mac Valley, over to Roush on the left wing. Back to Ronabom. And now right back to Roush. She looks things over. She'll give it over to Ronabom standing behind the volleyball line. High post, jumper on the way is going to be no good. Rebound picked up by the Wildcats. Yes. That was Chestnut on the board. We got a jump ball forced by Central City, and they will get it.
Yeah, we need a little better job boxing out there, but Brooks was able to get a hand on the ball and force that jump ball, which comes back to the Wildcats here with 1:24 to go.
Natalie Noonan back in for Central City, and she's running the one. Also had Haley Ronabom back in for Maquoketa Valley. Right wing to Brooks.
Nice.
Looking to get downhill. Nice take. Her layup is good, and a foul. Briley Brooks gets it to go. That was a tough shot. She was almost fading away over the taller defender, but she still gets it to go and takes the contact. She'll go to the line for a chance at another point there, as they got Erin Nipper on the foul. Her first team foul number 3. Brooks free throw on the way. It's going to be no good off the back of the iron.
No.
And we got over the back called. I think it was Wade that they whistled for it, as Chestnut had a pretty good box out there.
Yeah, and those are the kind of fouls, Karth loves to get mad at. 100 feet from your own bucket. You're already in foul trouble, so from here on out, they're going to be shooting the rest of the half. That's a long time to be shooting free throws, so.
Maquoketa Valley has it now, as I believe Liz McDowell checked into the game for the Wildcats, 5'8" senior. Top of the key to Haley Ronabom, picks up her dribble, over to Chestnut at the volleyball line, back to Ronabom right wing. Looking for somewhere to go with it. Gives it over into the high post to McDowell. Into the right corner to Sands. Takes a couple dribbles, picks it up. Back to Chestnut. Dangerous pass stolen away by Natalie Noonan. Wildcats are going to run in transition. Noonan attacking the hoop. She'll take it herself. It's good with the right hand. Natalie Noonan with her second basket of the night. Give her 4. It's 16-11 Central City. Good start for Central City so far. Maquoketa Valley has it back. Top of the key to Roush. Now back to Ronabaum, right wing, guarded by Noonan. 25 seconds to go in the opening quarter. Short corner to McDowell. Now over to Chestnut. Her pass is stolen away by Briley Brooks. She'll look to run it in transition as well. She does not have numbers. Has it poked away from behind by Chestnut. And we'll see if Central City decides to hold for one shot here as Carissa Sabers re-enters from Maquoketa Valley, replacing Chestnut. Wildcats are in a box set as Reed will throw it in. 14 seconds to go. They get it into Brooks. She'll take a three-pointer right away from the right wing, and it's good. Briley Brooks knocks down the 3. She's got 5. It's 19-11 Central City. 5 seconds left in the quarter.
No.
Noonan pokes it away, but they're going to get her for a foul, and that will be free throws for the Wildcats, as that was the 7th team foul, and that will be the second called against Natalie Noonan.
Yeah, you said it. That's why you hold for that last second shot. Although we hit a 3 off the inbounds, which when you said that, I went, nah, we're going to score off the inbounds because every inbounds play you're trying to score most of the time. And it's just one of those unfortunate, why'd we foul there?
This is a 1-and-1 as Ronabaum can't get the front end to go. We got a whistle before the free throw's over, and looks like somebody crossed over early, so Ronabaum gets a second chance at the front end of the 1-and-1.
I think they called Reed, but I felt like Chestnut was leaning on her.
Ronabaum can't get that one to go either. Reed picks up the rebound, and she will just hold out these final 3 seconds. That brings us to the end of one quarter of basketball. Our score, Central City 19, Maquoketa Valley 11. How about that start from Central City, up 8 on the team that beat them by 1 earlier this season?
Yeah, we'll take it, 19-11. I don't know how many 8-point leads we've had against Mac Valley in the first quarter, but there's still 3 to go, so a lot of basketball. I'm going to give a quick shout out to Heartland Bank. Heartland Bank is a full-service community bank. We believe in meeting the needs of our customers while exceeding their expectations. Banking is personal to each individual. That's why we provide options for your life. Member FDIC. Oh, boy, I'm glad that you're here to do all the work because I don't know if I can handle this, and you just got to carry me, David. That's all it's going to come down to.
Happy to help out as very balanced scoring attack in this first quarter from Central City. Briley Brooks led the way with 5. Natalie Noonan and Sarah Reed both had 4. Coletta Wade and Bailey Weber chipped in 3. So talk about doing it from all over as the Wildcats have a very well-balanced first quarter of basketball to get them out to this 19-11 lead. And that's good to see the offense flowing a little bit after they couldn't really get the ball to go through the hoop on Friday against Edco. Off to a much better start shooting the ball so far in this game.
Yeah, Mac Valley pulled the press off there after the first few minutes and made them run their offense, and they picked up where they left off.
Mac Valley has it to begin our second quarter as Ronabaum's in a little bit of trouble. She gets it out to Roush at the top of the key, swings it over to Ronabaum left wing. Now back to Roush. She looks to get downhill, makes a move, short corner over to Ronabaum. That's Haley Ronabaum as the ball's on the ground. Sabers dives on it, and they're going to get her for a travel, I believe. Yep.
It's got to be a travel.
She dove on it and then flipped over to the other side to avoid the jump ball.
Yeah, it probably should have been a jump ball call, but we'll take this.
Travel works out even better as we still have the possession arrow in our favor now, so we will certainly take that.
For sure.
As Noonan crosses into the front court. High post for Reed. Looking to run a bit of a set play here. Reed, wild shot. It's going to be no good. Thought I saw some contact, but no call as Ronabaum secures the rebound.
They changed up their defense, too, in a man-to-man now.
Maquoketa Valley running in the full court. Bianca Ronabaum has it poked away. Bailey Weber steals it. Wildcat basketball as Weber will bring it across half court for Central City. Over to Noonan, top of the key at the volleyball line. Takes a couple dribbles inside. Now over to Reed, left wing. Takes one dribble, down low to Noonan. She turns, puts it up with the right hand. It's good. Natalie Noonan finishes on the inside once again.
Not bad for a lefty. We'll take it using that opposite offhand.
She's had a couple of right-handed layups from the lefty so far. She's got 6 to lead all scorers, I believe. Yep, leads all scorers. 21-11, 10-point lead for Central City. Top of the key to Bianca Ronabaum. And Briley Brooks comes up with a steal. Wildcats have stolen a ton of balls tonight here so far. Noonan running in the full court. It's no good. Unfortunate roll off the rim there. Good take. Not a whole lot more you can do there if you're Natalie. As Ronabaum brings into the front court. Now high post to Sabres. It's been in the lane for quite some time, but they're going to get a foul, and Sabres will go to the line to shoot a 1-and-1 for Maquoketa Valley, as that'll be the 8th team foul here with 6:19 to go in the second quarter. And that was Natalie's third. That's unfortunate to see, as she's had a nice start to her game, but she'll have to go to the bench with 3 first-half fouls. It was Belle Whitson that replaced her, as Sabres goes to the line to shoot a 1-and-1 for Maquoketa Valley. The first one is on the way. It is no good, as Reed pulls down the rebound, and Maquoketa Valley has been able to cash in on their free throws so far. Short corner to Whitson. Now she brings it out towards the top of the key. Handoff goes to Weber. She'll look to reset, uses a screen from Reed, now into the right corner to Brooks. Weber sets a screen now as Brooks has it right wing. In a little bit of trouble, now gives it over to Weber. High post to Reed. Nice cut by Weber, but the pass was just a little off the mark, and Weber couldn't quite handle it. Sabres crosses into the front court. Now into the corner to Sands. She fakes a mid-range jumper. Now high post to Sabres. Takes a couple dribbles, goes up with the shot. Good D by Reed to stay straight up, and the shot's no good. Lucy Smith snuck in on me there. She's into the game for the first time, as Weber has it into the front court. 10-point advantage for Central City. 5.5 to go in the second quarter.
Nice crossover by Brooks. She's going to go down, left-handed layup, no good. Rebound Reed, they're on the ground. Going to be a jump ball.
Great move inside by Brooks, but she couldn't quite finish when she got there.
Yeah, you mentioned that defense. Natalie got that steal and a run out. That's the only bucket this quarter. Otherwise, that's no points for Mac Valley, and 3-point attempt for Reed off the inbounds, no good. Rebound Sabres going the other way.
Sabres gives it over to Roush, going downhill, puts it up, and Reed gets a good piece of her arm there. So that'll be Sarah's first is all. And there'll be more free throws from Maquoketa Valley. That's the team's 9th, but it was on the shot, so she will go to the line for 2.
If I was good at this, I'd be keeping stats, but they're not really connecting from the line on these free throws either. So well,
they do get that one to go, as you say that. Kennedy Roush gets that one to go. She's got 6 on the night. Briley Brooks will replace. Not sure who she replaces. Bailey just kind of stands over there. And also had a sub for Maquoketa Valley as Nipper re-enters the game. The free throw is no good, but they're going to say Reed touched it last. So it will go to Maquoketa Valley off the missed free throw, as now Weber will exit the game and Coletta Wade will come in for Central City. 21-12 is the score. We've got 5:15 to go in the second quarter. It'll be Ronenbaum inbounding for Mac Valley. The pass is tipped, stolen away by Reed. She gives it over to Whitson. She's looking to run in the full court. She puts it up to the left hand, well off the mark, just too strong there. Kind of got a little bit of ahead of herself there, as Maquoketa Valley gets it back. Sands nearly loses it. Wild pass by Ronenbaum, but it is saved. Ronenbaum attacking downhill, picks it up over to Sands in the right corner. Her three-pointer on the way is well off the mark, too strong. And Brooks got the rebound, but she didn't know where she was in the court and steps out of bounds. So Mac Valley will keep it. Say both teams getting a little bit sloppier in the second quarter than they were in that first quarter, which in a highly contested, highly emotional game like this is bound to happen at some point.
Yeah, Weber's going to check back in for Whitson.
That's good to see. Just a quick rest for Weber as she's right back in. Inbounds pass to Nipper. That pass is stolen, or nearly stolen by Weber. She gets her hand on it, but it goes out of bounds. Quite the student section tonight. I can't think of a night we've had a legitimate student section so far this year, so that's good to see.
Well, it's kind of nice when we have the games like this. It gives the JV boys a chance to get out of their game and get up and scream.
Absolutely. So Maquoketa Valley has it now. They give it down low to Chestnut, I believe. And that pass is out of bounds off of Sands, as they couldn't connect in the pass there. And the Wildcats will get it back. 21-12 our score. We've got a timeout on the floor called by Coach Fear of the Wildcats. It is a full 60-second timeout. 4:48 remaining in the second quarter. Our score, Central City 21, Maquoketa Valley 12.
You mentioned the nice crowd tonight. There's probably nobody listening to us because everybody's here. We've got youth basketball night, so that's going to bring in a few more. And we had a junior high basketball game in the other gym, so that forced the whole high school games all to be back to back down here. So it gives those younger high school kids that don't necessarily always get to see some of the varsity games a chance to be here. And there's not many open seats on our side. It's kind of nice to see here. And like you said, they're loud. So let's hope this game continues the way it is and they can be loud and obnoxious and keep our girls motivated to beat these Mac Valley Wildcats.
And as much as you try to ignore it when you're a player, the loud student section is going to get to you at least a little bit at some point. If it's loud enough and if they're saying things clever enough, especially.
If you're in the corner, if you're in the corner with the ball, they are 2 feet from you. You can't ignore that.
The best I've seen was at Easton Valley my senior year. I'd get the ball in the corner, and all I hear is, David Warrington, David Warrington. So that's maybe something we should pass on to them. Reed has it in the left wing for Central City. Hannah Kramer's going to take a mid-range jumper, and it is good.
Kramer in off the bench after a couple of early fouls in the first, actually, 2 minutes. I don't think she's been in since the 2-minute mark of the game, and comes right in. She's going to get a charge.
Takes a charge. What a great series for Hannah Kramer. Knocks down the mid-range jumper on one end, takes a charge on the other end. That is going to be the 4th foul on Maquoketa Valley, and they got the 2nd foul on Haley Ronabaum.
She gets up, cool, calm, and collected. I'd have been pounding my chest, screaming. Good job, Wildcats.
Briley Brooks down low to Reed, but it's tipped by Nipper, and she comes up with the steal. The Wildcats of Mac Valley running in the full court. Roush has it, right wing. Now over to Nipper. Nearly stolen by Reed, but they're going to get Hannah Kramer for a foul. And there is number 3 on Hannah. Wildcats are in the double bonus, so Maquoketa Valley shooting 2 the rest of the way this half. In this case, it'll be Aaron Nipper going to the line to shoot a pair for Mac Valley.
Boy,
4:06 to go in the second quarter.
If you're Mac Valley, you got to be just kind of foaming at the mouth with Kramer and Noonan, both with 3 fouls, shooting free throws. Maybe if they'd make them, it'd be a little more confident in it. But
Nipper misses the first. That is a lot of misses so far for Mac Valley. They can
shoot themselves back in at the free throw line when the clock stopped, and that's not what you want with the Wildcats up 11.
Lucy Smith back into the game for Central City, and she gets the rebound off Nipper's second miss. She misses both. Brooks will bring it across the timeline for Central City. She has the top of the key over to Weber. She'll look to get downhill. Bounce pass over to Wade, right wing. Back to Weber, top of the key. Wade sets the screen. Weber's not going to use it. Over to Smith, right wing. Bounce pass to Reed, who's immediately double-teamed. Over to Smith. Wade is wide open under the basket, but they didn't see her in time. As Wade now sets the screen for Brooks, who picks up her dribble. Nipper is all over her, and they're going to say Briley traveled, and it will go back to Maquoketa Valley.
Now we got to come off that pick and roll just a little bit harder, and we're going to have some easy looks with how aggressive they are. They're trying to hedge, and if we just cut straight to the bucket, they're going to have some opportunities if we can give them the ball.
Bianca Ronabaum back in the game for Maquoketa Valley. She's running the one and has the ball top of the key. Over into the corner to Sabers. Back to Ronabaum, right wing, dribbling left. Picks up her dribble at the free throw line. Over to Sabers, top of the key, guarded by Wade. Now she's over on the right wing. Nearly stolen. Now Reed almost has it. I don't think she knew quite where it was after she tipped it. Ronabaum's going to take a contested three-pointer. It's well off the mark. Touches nothing except for the out-of-bounds court. And it will be Central City basketball. Bailey Weber's going to bring it up for the Wildcats. 3 minutes to go in the second quarter. It's 23-12 Central City. Wade has it for the Wildcats. Now over to Reed. Bounce pass in the short corner. Has it tipped. Gets it back. Swings it over to Weber. She's looking to attack the hoop. Puts up a floater. It is good. Tough finish inside by Bailey Weber. Give her 5 on the night. It's 25-12. Wildcats out to a very nice lead here with 2:45 to go in the second quarter. Into the corner to Ronabaum. Or excuse me, that's Chestnut. She has her shot blocked by Reed. Brooks rebounds. Long down court pass right into the hands of Ronabaum. But she loses it and gets it back. And she'll get over to Chestnut, right back to Ronabaum. Just a little bit of catch there as Bianca Ronabaum brings it into the front court. Oh, got an official's timeout. He's pointing towards the court. It looks like
the volleyball standard moved.
Yep. He's trying to get it back in place now. Jumps around on it to make sure it's good, and it's up to his standard, so we're good to go.
He just needed a little break. He was tired of running.
Inbounds pass goes to Ronabaum. She crosses into the front court. Now she has the top of the key, left wing to Roush. Skip pass over to Ronabaum. Set play doesn't work as Wade's right there, but she gets around Wade. Pull-up jumper is good from Bianca Ronabaum. Pretty good adjustment after the broken set play there for the Wildcats of Mac Valley. 25-14 our score, 2 minutes to go in the half. Wade has it for Central City, standing at the volleyball line. Reed sets a screen. And we've got a timeout called by Coach Fear of Central City. Haven't had too many timeouts this first half, but there's one there.
No, I think Coach Fear likes what he's been seeing, but that offensive set was a little off, so probably with under 2 minutes to go, he wants to get a good look here and make sure everybody's in a good spot to put it up, and probably telling them again, don't foul. We got 10 fouls to their 4, and we don't want to put them at the line with 1:59 to go. We want to get out of this half with our 10-point lead or 11-point lead and go talk about what we can do the second half.
So both teams back out there. It's Weber, Brooks, Wade, Reed, and Smith for Central City. Central City ball. Brooks will throw it in as she uses the backcourt to get into Weber, and she'll bring it up for the Wildcats. Crosses into the front court. Wade's going to come out and set a screen. Bounce pass in the right corner to Brooks. Down low to Weber. She puts up a wild floater and nearly got it to fall, but it just takes an unlucky bounce out of the hoop and is rebounded by Nipper. Sabres has it on the right wing for Maquoketa Valley. Picks up her dribble. High post to Nipper. Takes one dribble. Back to Roush. She'll take a three-pointer from the left wing. It's no good off front of the rim. Gets her own rebound. Takes one dribble. Pull-up jumper on the way from Roush. That's no good. Chestnut with the offensive board. Puts it up, and it is good as Kylie Chestnut gets her second bucket of the night. 25-16. Wildcats of Central City on top.
I think even in more so, that's her third offensive rebound. So we gotta find her and get a body on her. Sarah Reed's gonna put up a little elbow shot. No good. Rebounded by Maquoketa Valley.
Roush is going to bring it up for Maquoketa Valley. Now swings it over to Ronabaum. Right wing to Sabres, dribbling right. Wade's playing defense there. Swings it to Roush, top of the key. Free throw line to Nipper. Her mid-range jumper is good off the glass. Nipper gets a little help there from the backboard and puts it in. It's 25-18 with 45 seconds to go until the half as Brooks crosses into the front court. High post to Reed. She'll take a long two, toe on the line. It's no good, and it's rebounded by Roush. 35 seconds as Sabres brings it up. Now
Mom didn't like that shot.
over to Ronabaum, short corner to Chestnut, back to Ronabaum, thinks about a three. Now swings it over to Sabres. Right wing, three-pointer on the way from Ronabaum. That is off the mark. And it's going to be saved by Sabres, but she stepped out of bounds first, so the Wildcats get it back. 18 and a half seconds to go until the half. And I'd really like to see them hold for one shot here. Brooks inbounds to Reed as the Wildcats have applied some full court pressure a little bit here late in the half. Brooks has it across half court. 10 seconds to go. Reed looking to get downhill, takes it. She is going to be fouled. And Sarah Reed will go to the line to shoot a pair of free throws for Central City. 6.9 seconds on the clock until we reach the half. Foul will be on Bianca Ronabaum, her first, team foul number 5, as Reed goes to the free throw line for 2. Her first shot is good. Give her 5 on the night, chance to make it 6. It's 26-18. Second free throw on the way from Reed is good as well. So she's got 6. Wildcats with 6 seconds left to work here from Maquoketa Valley. Ronabaum attacking, puts it up with her left hand. It's no good. Reed got just enough of the rebound to make sure nobody else got it. And that will bring us to the half here from Central City. Great first half by our Wildcats. It's Central City 27, Maquoketa Valley 18.
All right, Heartland Bank and Trust Company is a community bank with offices in Central City and Eastern Iowa, providing a complete line of financial services to commercial and retail customers, customized lending and cash management solutions. We build strong relationships by getting to know our customers and understanding their needs. Learn more at www.hbtbank.com, member FDIC. Well, 27-18.
Pretty fun first half, and if you told the Wildcats they'd be up 9 at the half in this game, I think they'd probably take that.
I think they would take it for sure. We've got a little bit of an extended halftime here, I think, with youth basketball. They're going to bring out all the elementary basketball players who've just kind of finished up their Tri-River season. If they're still playing, they might be playing a little bit of travel ball or a little bit of tournaments here and there, but I think most of them is kind of wrapped up by now, and they're starting to move towards volleyball. At least that's what my kid's doing. I might have a Saturday, maybe August. I'll have a free Saturday. But they're coming in now. Looks like all of them at once. So
there's a good long line of them for sure.
Yep. I don't know a lot about the youth, the littles, but I know I've seen. I think a couple teams went to GMG 2 weeks ago, and I know the 6th grade girls won it, and I believe the 4th grade girls also won it. So they've had pretty good years.
Awesome.
So let's hope this beating Mac Valley stuff continues.
Always good to see some success in the youth. That oftentimes translates when they get a little bit older and play on the big court. It's always funny to see the young girls in this case, young boys as well, come out on the floor in front of all the fans. They never quite know what to do. I was the same way not so long ago.
Yeah, I know. Well, I've got 2 kids, and my daughter's out here right now, and she doesn't want to be here. She didn't want to come to the game for the sole fact that she knew she was going to have to go in front of the crowd. You know, she didn't care if you're playing a game, but if you're going to walk out, like, no, she wants to either play or just kind of be hidden behind a book and go unnoticed. My son, he may Hulk Hogan rip his shirt off when they announce his name and show the whole crowd his guns. So it's always kind of interesting to see what's going to happen here. We've got another 7.5 minutes. If you need to go grab something to drink or make some popcorn, get ready for the second half. I know we've got Uncle Keith listening down in Florida. I think, Keith, are there any falling iguanas by you? I watched the news, and it sounds like it. When it gets to 40 degrees down there, the iguanas fall out of trees and start hitting people. So didn't know if that's close to you or you're still in 70s and 80s weather.
If I had an iguana fall on me around here,
I'd be worried.
I'd have some pretty serious questions.
Yeah. I think the iguanas around here have been frozen for a few months. Although today it was, all the way up to 34 degrees. That's pretty warm. We'll take it.
Any warmer, and 10-year-old me would have been ready to get out the slip and slide.
That's right.
So while they're introducing these young ladies, I do have some first half stats we can quickly go over.
Nice work. All done by David. I did nothing to contribute that first half, so good work, David.
Thank you. So Maquoketa Valley was led by Kennedy Roush, the 5'6" junior, had 6. Bianca Ronabaum put up 5. She's the freshman point guard. That is very important to this Maquoketa Valley team. Leads in assists and steals. Kylie Chestnut had 4. She averages 9.6 to lead the team, so just a little bit short of that average, at least being on pace for it. And then Aaron Nipper had 3, and that's all that was there for Maquoketa Valley. The points came from just 4 individuals, but they all had a fair amount of points to at least keep this a ball game for Maquoketa Valley. Without those outputs, Wildcats could have kind of ran away with this thing.
Yeah, if we can keep Chestnut off those offensive rebounds and stop fouling, even though they didn't really connect on a lot of those free throws, but still get that short up and keep some of our starters maybe on the floor a little more in the second half. Hopefully Wildcats can run away with it.
And then unlike Central City, Maquoketa Valley really not in any foul trouble. Haley Ronabaum has 2, Kylie Chestnut, Bianca Ronabaum, and Aaron Nipper all have 1, so nobody has more than 2. Didn't really have to worry about anything so far. Taking a look at Central City, it was Natalie Noonan that led the way, along with Sarah Reed. They both had 6. That was despite Noonan not really being able to play much of that second quarter with 3 fouls. And then Briley Brooks and Bailey Weber had 5. Coletta Wade had 3, and Hannah Kramer had 2 to round out the Wildcats scoring. I mentioned Noonan has 3 fouls. Hannah Kramer also picked up 3. And then Coletta Wade, Briley Brooks, Bailey Weber, and Sarah Reed all have 1. So fortunately, those 4 fouls were spread out among 4 individuals. We don't have anybody else with 2 or 3 fouls as we go into the second half.
4.5 to go here. Wildcats, the good Wildcats, are out here shooting, getting ready again. Mac Valley's probably still back there trying to figure out how they're losing on the road to Central City, but I don't think they're going to find an answer for that. They're just going to come out and lose this half too. So that's the good thing, though, David. When you do all your broadcasts, you always have to be neutral. What? No, this is Wildcat Cast. I can say whatever I want. I'm always for our team. It's always the official's fault. It's always the other team cheating. Our Wildcats are playing their hardest, and if they don't win, it's because the other team did something. They probably cheated.
Maquoketa Valley re-enters the floor as their stands aren't super full except for the one section, but fans that are here give a nice round of applause. As you said, it is pretty much packed over on our side. It's as full, probably the fullest I've seen all year, and especially going back to last year when we really couldn't have full stands.
Yeah, no kidding.
Haven't seen this many people in the gym probably since, at least for a basketball game, since my senior year when we took down Marquette Catholic in the postseason.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. They've and we really don't even have a lot of the little youth boys here. I see about 5 of them. Well, there's going to be 40 of them rolling through too. So unless they're out running the halls or doing something crazy, which little boys might be doing. Yeah, we're going to get even more packed. And actually, start looking onto the other side. I see, you know, a couple of families sitting on the other side already. So we got a little black and red mixed in with the gold on the visitors' side.
So 2:45 until we get our second half underway. Did get a reply from Keith here. So they got down to about 30 degrees last couple of nights and have seen the stories about the falling iguanas as well. So he knows what you're talking about. Looking forward to this second half of action. It was definitely Central City in control for pretty much the entirety of that first half. It was the fouls that kept this from getting out of hand. Although I will say, Maquoketa Valley missed a whole bunch of free throws, including a bunch of front ends. That
yeah, huge. I think, you know, fouls 7, 8, 9. They missed the front end of each of those. So that's probably, you know, something they can't necessarily, well, kind of control it, but coach probably had a little chat about knocking some of those free throws down.
At the end of the day, that's one of those things where all you can do is put your best shot up there. It's not like you can try any harder to make your free throws.
Right,
so
you're just going to figure out, oh, I'm doing this wrong in the middle of the game. Probably not going to work. But, you know, I don't know. Sometimes our gym kind of catches people off guard. I don't know. Every now and then teams will just come in and not shoot very well. Our first year we opened this gym, North Lynn and Cascade, both in girls' games. I just sat back and smiled. I mean, we played good defense too, but they could not hit water if they fell out of a boat, and I enjoyed every minute of it.
I feel like our gym is A, much bigger, and B, just a lot brighter and more vibrant than a lot of the gyms you go to. If you go to your Edco or your Alburnett,
yeah,
almost feels like someone needs to turn the lights on.
Yeah, there's a white wall behind the backboard, and it's just sometimes it's kind of tough to shoot on. We'll take it, though.
Wildcats get the advantage of practicing in here every night. And it's worked out so far for them, being used to the gym, as they hold the 27-18 lead over the Maquoketa Valley team that just about a month ago or so beat them by 1. Just need a good second half from Central City. That would put them in 4th place in the Tri-Rivers West. Maquoketa Valley currently holds that spot, but the winner of this game will be in 4th place. Loser will go to 5th. So 30 seconds on the clock. Both teams are over on the bench getting last-minute instructions from the coaches. Coach Fear seemed pretty pleased with what he saw in that first half for the most part. Here and there was something he wanted to tweak, but only called the 2 timeouts. So he's still got plenty in his back pocket. Wildcats are going to start the second half with Noonan, Weber, Kramer, Brooks, and Reed. Noonan is playing with 3 fouls, as is Kramer. Nobody else out there has more than 1. Wildcats of Maquoketa Valley going with the same 5 at the start of the game. Sabres, Chestnut, Ronabom, and Roush. Mac Valley will have it first. Sabres is going to throw it in, and Bianca Ronabom is going to bring it up. Maquoketa Valley working left to right. Wildcats of Central City right to left as we're underway in our second half. Dribbling to her right is Roush. Over to Ronabom right wing, right corner. Sabres thinks about a 3. Ronabom trying to get downhill, has it in the paint. Over to Ronabom. Haley Ronabom on the 3-pointer. That is no good. Rebound is loose. It's going to be picked up by Natalie Noonan. Good hustle from the senior, and she'll bring it up the floor. Noonan, top of the key. And they're going to get a double dribble called on Natalie as she kind of lost it there for just a moment. And that will be an early turnover in the second half as Mac Valley gets it right back.
That was one thing the Wildcats didn't do a whole lot of, was turn the ball over.
Yeah, even against that press, they really did do a good job of taking care of it.
Yes.
It is Ronabom in the high post, takes a couple dribbles, now over to her sister, I'm assuming. Ronabom looking to get downhill. Over to Roush, top of the key to Haley Ronabom. Now Bianca has it. Sabres fakes a 3 from the right corner. High post to Ronabom, puts it up with her left hand. It's no good, but she is fouled. I think they're going to get Brooks on that one, as that would be her second. And Haley Ronabom, who is scoreless so far, will go to the line to shoot a pair for Maquoketa Valley. That is the second half foul, and it is Briley's second, as Ronabom gets set to attempt her first of 2 free throws. That first one is going to be no good, so there it is again. Mac Valley struggling with their free throws here tonight. That one was on the shot, so she'll get another one here. Second one from Ronabom is on the way, and it is good. She makes 1 of 2. Her first point of the night, 27-19 our score. Natalie Noonan down low to Weber.
Nice.
Goes up without a dribble, and it's good. Great find by Noonan and good finish by Bailey. That's 7 for Weber.
Nice
29.
job hitting her in stride.
Absolutely. She was ready when she got it, and Noonan just picture perfect pass to get it to her and set up the basket. Right corner for Sabres. She's dribbling to her left. Over to Ronabaum. Top of the key to Roush. Back to Ronabaum. Fakes pull-up jumper. Now to Sabres. Will take a contested three-pointer. Heavily contested. Off the glass is no good, but the offensive rebound is picked up by Mac Valley. And they're going to get a travel on Bianca Ronabaum as she tried to attack the hoop. So Central City can't pull in the board, but they do benefit from the travel, and we'll get it back. Noonan again running the one for Central City as she kind of put it out there for a second, but gets it back. Reed has the top of the key just inside the three-point line. Now over to Kramer. She's going to look to get downhill, picks up her dribble. Bounce pass inside to Reed. Was off her foot. She handled it, but her left-hand hook shot's no good, and it's going to be rebounded by Chestnut. It is Ronabaum bringing it up from Maquoketa Valley. Top of the key to Bianca Ronabaum. Back to Haley Ronabaum on the right wing. Inside to Chestnut. Tries to step through, fell down, and it's going to be a basket from Carissa Sabres as she was the beneficiary of non-travel call there. And she gets the bucket to go. And they're going to get Natalie Noonan for a carry. Turnover there for Central City. As that's
yeah, I don't like that call. It's called from behind the play. Her feet didn't move. You can palm and do that when you're when you hit your jump stop.
Yeah, I wasn't super sure about that one either. Sabres fakes a three from the corner. Pull-up jumper on the way. Reed with a heavy contest, and that results in an air ball. Sabres gets her own rebound, and that's going to result in a jump ball. And that favors Central City, so they'll get it back.
All right, take everything I call about making the call from behind the play because I thought this guy out here was going to call a foul on Kramer, and the guy behind the play called it a jump, so we'll take it.
Noonan in the front court for Central City, dribbling to her left, picks up her dribble, tried to hand it off to Brooks, now gets it going the other way. Passes too high, goes off the backboard, and it's going to go out of bounds. That was Bailey Weber, took a tumble trying to get it back, and I think they're going to get a foul, in fact.
Yeah,
say she was pushed.
I think I was going to say she might have got a little bit of a push in the back there.
Yeah, I didn't see the push. I thought she just really wanted to dive after it, but that is going to be on Bianca Ronabaum, her second, team foul number 1. Nipper re-entered the game for Mac Valley as the inbounds pass goes to Weber in the right corner. Her three-pointer's off the mark. Price still feeling the effects of being shoved to the ground, and now Briley gets a shoulder.
And she goes to the ground, but she hops right back up. 5:31. Wildcats got an 8-point lead. An inbound under their play, or under their basket here.
Got some tough girls on our team.
Oh, yeah, you start looking at them, they're all taped up, and they've gone through the ringer this year.
Fall-away jumper from Sarah Reed is good. Man, can she hit that fall-away mid-range jumper. That's her shot. She can hit the three, but that's where she really gets it done. 31-21 our score, 10-point lead for Central City. They go down low to Chestnut, do Mac Valley. She steps through, puts it up, and it's good. As that's 6 for Chestnut.
Looked like she changed pivot feet there.
Yeah, I saw what you were seeing as well.
But, oh well.
Natalie Noonan, top of the key for Central City. Not sure her score is right at the moment. It says 33-21. As Reed puts it up too strong off the glass, Briley gets shoved to the ground, no call.
She comes up kind of laughing, kind of mad.
Ronabaum gets a wild one to go. My goodness, Haley Ronabaum gets that one to go. 33-23 is the score. Noonan crossing into the front court, gives it over to Weber.
They're trying to figure out the score now.
I think it's 33-25 as Weber can't get the layup to go inside off a beautiful feed from, I think it was Sarah Reed. But no basket there as Ronabaum crosses into the front court. She'll give it over to Nipper, who has it at the free throw line. Over to Sabres, right corner.
There it is.
And they do have 33-25 up there now, so it's an 8-point lead for Central City. As the layup high off the glass is good for Haley Ronabaum. Wildcats going to have to absorb this run for Mac Valley and bounce back with a run of their own. They've got it back to a 6-point game, 33-27, as they're going to get a foul on Roush as Noonan was trying to bring it up the floor. Good job by Noonan, not panicking there under the pressure. Looks like they're actually going to get Haley Ronabaum, and that would be her third. Well, they have fourth. I had third. I think I might have missed one, though, so I'll take their word for it.
At this point, anything we can do to slow them down. So,
Ronabaum will leave the game. She's replaced by Kaylin Sands as the Wildcats have it just across half court. Inbounds pass goes to Reed. She turns around, faces up, picks up her dribble, fakes the handoff, now just kind of throws it underhand to Weber. She uses a screen from Kramer.
Like this matchup there. Yep, took about 3 steps to get a foul.
Nipper, the post for Maquoketa Valley, comes in and has to guard Bailey Weber. That's not really a recipe for success for Mac Valley. That's going to be Nipper's second foul.
Not 30 feet away from the bucket, it's not.
High post to Reed. Double team comes. She handles it now. She has just one defender and faces up over the top of the key to Kramer. Reed sets a screen. Now she rescreens. Good job there by Reed. Down low to Reed. Nice pass in there from Kramer. Reed does not get the bucket to go, but she is fouled. And Sarah Reed will have a chance to go to the line to shoot 2 for Central City. She's got 8 so far tonight.
Yeah, if they're going to keep switching on those screens, Wildcats have the key dialed up right there. Get that match up and go.
Reed makes the first free throw. She'll have one more as Lucy Smith will re-enter the game for Central City. Hannah Kramer will come out. And Reed will get set to attempt her second free throw. That one on the way is good as well. Both were perfect. She's got 10. First player in double figures tonight. It's 35-27, 3.5 to go in the third quarter. Sabres are going to chuck up a 3 from the left wing. It's no good off front of the rim. Rebounded by Wade. She gives it to Noonan. She'll look to run. She does not have numbers, so she'll pull it back out and hands it over to Reed. Left wing to Weber. Taking Sands off the dribble. Now over top of the key to Noonan. Noonan attacking the basket. Over to Wade, right wing. Now back to Noonan in the corner. Short corner to Reed. She turns around. Fadeaway jumper is going to be off the top of the backboard and through the hoop.
Well, I'm glad they changed that rule to where that's no longer out. The other crowd doesn't like it, but that's no longer out, guys.
Unfortunately, they aren't totally sure what the correct call should be, as that was the right call by the officials. Good on them for not blowing an early whistle. Sabres is going to chuck up another three-pointer from the left wing, or left corner rather, and she does get that one to go.
I know it's kind of be crazy, but sometimes officials know the rules a little bit better than the emotional crowd. Sometimes they don't, though, especially when it's against us.
Well, mostly depends on who the call is going
Exactly.
Reed hands it off to Weber. Tough take inside, and they are going to get a foul on Maquoketa Valley.
And just like that, Mac Valley's got six fouls this quarter.
Yeah, it's 6-1 here, so kind of role reversal.
Not what the Delhi Wildcats probably want there. It's only so they have, and picked up that defense and have got back within 7, but next foul we're going to be shooting, and there's a nice pass into Noonan, and she missed her layup.
Ella Menson checked in from Maquoketa Valley at that last dead ball as Noonan comes up with the steal. She'll look to run. Nice pass there to Weber. She's wide open at the hoop, and she puts it through. Bailey Weber gets the bucket to go. She's got 9. Wildcat lead is back to 9.
There's a timeout.
We've got a timeout called by Maquoketa Valley. Coach Sherman calling the timeout for the other Wildcats. 2:11 remaining in our third quarter. Central City with a 9-point lead. It's 39-30. Looks like just a 30-second timeout as everybody's still on their feet.
Well, I suppose each person and family has unique financial needs. That's why we offer a variety of personal banking and lending products. We offer everything you need for your personal financial success, from checking and savings accounts to loans and online services. Heartland Bank, member FDIC.
So the Wildcats back on the floor. They've got Reed, Whitson, Weber, Smith, and Brooks are the 5 out there for Central City. Maquoketa Valley also back on the floor.
A little different, smaller lineup kind of from Mac Valley.
Yeah, they took Nipper out of the game, and Menson enters for the first time. She's in the high post right now. Now right wing to Sands, fakes a 3, but she traveled as well. She kind of can't believe it there, but
yeah, her can't drag that foot.
Her feet moved there, so that is the travel. Weber's going to bring it up for Central City. 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. 39-30 advantage for our Central City Wildcats. Weber has the top of the key, uses a screen from Reed, hands it off to Brooks. Reed re-screens. Now Brooks is going to take a pull-up three-pointer straight on, and it's good. Briley Brooks knocks down a 3. It's not always the shot you want if you're a coach, that pull-up three-pointer, but
it looked good. She came off the screen, her feet were set, she was squared up. That's okay to let that one fly.
She was ready to shoot, and it shows as she knocks it down. That is 8 for Briley. It's 42-30, 12-point lead as three-pointer from Sands hits top of the backboard and then hits the very top of the support there. So that is why it is considered out of bounds. I see some groans coming from the Mac Valley side of the crowd here.
Boy, you kind of feel a little sense of urgency by the Delhi Cats. Maybe a little nervous after that 3 by Brooks.
It's getting to the point where they really do need to make a run here, and Central City just needs to stave off anything that Mac Valley throws at them with a 12-point advantage.
high percentage shots, run some clock.
Take care of the basketball.
Wildcats are doing all those things that you do when you got a lead. There's a nice entry pass. And Reed with a little left hook.
Lucy Smith with a great inside feed to Sarah Reed. She's got 14. Give the assist to Smith. It's 44-30. How about the 14-point lead for Central City?
Yeah, just when they bring it back within 6.
Yeah, they got back within 6, that's right.
Right back running with it.
Menson can't get the jumper to go as Whitson secures the board, and she gives it to Weber. 35 seconds as Reed has the top of the key. Inside to Weber, she puts it up. It's going to be too short. Rebounded by Whitson. Back to Brooks, standing at the free throw line. She goes up with it. Her layup's no good, but she is fouled. And Briley Brooks will go to the line to shoot a pair for Central City. Good aggressive take to the hole there by Brooks, and she will be rewarded with a trip to the line. That foul was on Ella Menson, her first team foul number 7. So they're over the limit.
I would say that more importantly, that's whether what she does here. Well, she did knock down the first free throw, but now we're shooting the rest of the game. It's 29 seconds to go in the third quarter, and Brooks sings the national anthem, knocks down free throws, hit a 3.
She is in double digits with 10. That's a nice scoring output for Briley with still a whole quarter to go. Sabres attacking from the right corner. Top of the key to Ronabaum. 15 seconds left to work for Mac Valley in this third quarter. Sabres right wing. Now into the left corner to Menson. 7 seconds on the clock. Sabres top of the key. Bounce pass over to Ronabaum. 4 seconds. She's double teamed. 3. Ronabaum picks up her dribble over to Sabres. 1 second. Roush has to chuck a three-pointer, and it's no good. And that will bring us to the end of 3 quarters of play. Good stand there at the buzzer by the Wildcats of Central City. Our score, Central City 46, Maquoketa Valley 30.
Heartland Bank's a full-service community bank. We believe in meeting the needs of our customers while exceeding their expectations. Banking is personal to each individual. That's why we provide options for your life. Member FDIC. Thank you, Heartland Bank, for all that you do for the school. And
wouldn't be possible without them, so definitely very much appreciate all their support. Man, 16-point advantage for Central City going into this fourth and final quarter. I love to see them bouncing back after losing a game they probably should have won just the other night.
Somebody in the crowd's getting a talking to.
So Wildcats back on the floor to begin our fourth quarter. They're going to go with Weber, Kramer, Noonan, Reed, and Brooks. Believe the same 5 as third of the game are out there for Central City. As we get set to go for the fourth quarter. Maquoketa Valley comes back out. They've got Roush, the Ronabaums, Nipper, and Chestnut starters minus Sabres plus Nipper, so they're going with a little bit more size. Mac Valley will have it first. Ronabaum takes the inbounds pass, swings it over to Haley Ronabaum, top of the key to Bianca Ronabaum, fakes a pass over to Nipper on the left wing. She will put up a 3. It's going to bounce around high off the rim, no good. Reed secures a rebound, and they're going to get a jump ball as Reed had full control of the rebound, but then one of the Maquoketa Valley players came in and forced the tie-up.
Yeah, well, at least we get the ball back, and as it gets tipped out of bounds on the entry pass to Weber, we're still going to get it back. A couple people in the crowd getting warned by officials, and gotta be pleasant or they're going to go home early.
It is just a big game atmosphere here tonight. And the Wildcats have had the advantage through 3 quarters in a big way, 46-30. So it's been a while since the Wildcats beat Mac Valley. I'm sure a couple people that have been here for the long haul are excited to see it.
Yep.
So Brooks has it tipped right back at her for the 3rd time. So now they're going to try something new, and Reed is going to throw it in as the Wildcats of Maquoketa Valley are in a heavy full-court press. They get it into Weber, who crosses into the front court. Now she'll look to slow things down just a touch. Her pass to Reed is tipped by Chestnut. It's going to go out of bounds off of Chestnut, so Central City will keep it.
We got to keep the ball from going above our heads. Every time you put the ball above your head, everybody in the gym knows you're going to throw a high pass. And right now that's what's killing the Cats. They got to get in triple threat, make a good play.
Brooks gets it into Reed, and her pass is stolen away by Nipper. She thought she had Kramer, but Nipper was right there to take it away. Ronabaum has it left wing. Top of the key to Roush. Right wing to Haley Ronabaum. Now short corner to Chestnut. Back to Ronabaum. Inside to Nipper. She takes a hard move to the rim. It's no good. Chestnut with the offensive rebound. Her putback is good as Kylie Chestnut has 8, and it's 48-30, or should be 46-32, I believe. Brooks has it, attacking the hoop, puts one up off the glass, and she is fouled, so she'll go to the line to shoot 2.
That's what, 3 or 4 on Nipper, I think.
I have her with 2, so that would be the 3rd, if my numbers are correct. That is the case. Nipper's 3rd, team foul number 8. Wildcats still at just 1 foul for the second half. Brooks can't get the free throw to go, but she'll have 1 more. There's a whole lot of yelling going on in this gym. Brooks makes the second, give her 11 on the night. It's 47-32 with 7 minutes to go in the game. Ronabaum crosses into the front court, passes it over to Haley Ronabaum in the left wing. Bianca Ronabaum has the top of the key. Now right wing and short corner to Chestnut. Back to Roush. And over to Ronabaum. She'll look to get downhill, picks up her dribble. Now spins around over to Bianca Ronabaum.
Good defense by the Cats here.
And good straight up defense by Kramer, and Reed came in from behind to help her out as Chestnut's shot is swatted out of bounds. So the Wildcats of Mac Valley will keep it.
It was good defense before the block. Nice job running 20, 30 seconds off.
Ronabaum has it in the right wing, now right corner to Haley Ronabaum. Nipper sets a screen that Bianca uses. Dangerous pass, Brooks nearly got it, but now it's over to Chestnut in the short corner. Bianca Ronabaum top of the key. That was another dangerous pass. Haley Ronabaum goes around Sarah Reed, but it's no good. Was focused too much on getting around Sarah, but the Wildcats of Mac Valley do rebound. Mid-range jumper on the way from Bianca Ronabaum as a brick off the back iron, but it falls through. That's 7 for Bianca Ronabaum, 47-34 our score with 6 minutes to play.
Took about 50 seconds off the clock there. So
in exchange for 2 points, you'll take that.
Yeah, we'll take that with this lead, yep.
Weber has it, standing at the volleyball line, over to Reed, top of the key. Nice cut by Weber, but she fell down. Oh,
ankle.
That could be bad. Looked like it was non-contact. Might have hit her nose, in fact. Well, she's right back up, so.
Well, she's tougher than I am, so it wouldn't surprise me that she's going to go up, knock these free throws down.
My first thought was something like a knee or an ankle or something like that, but I think she just hit her nose on the ground.
Yeah, I thought it's her brace foot there, I think.
And by the way, that was Nipper's 4th foul, so now 2 players in serious foul trouble for Mac Valley.
She's got some bloody teeth here from she wanted to stay in the game and shoot her free throws, but the officials are going to
Belle Whitson is going to come in and get her. How does this work if a foul player can't shoot their free throws? I'm not totally sure.
Well, I feel like then it has to be somebody that's already on the floor, but I think because she's going to be able to shoot it, they're just going to clean her up and then let her go shoot it. I mean, they could always take a timeout here too, and I don't think she lost any teeth, but I think there's a little bit of blood coming out here. So she's not crying, screaming, or anything. So she just wants to go out and beat the Wildcats.
It almost looks like she's telling Beth that she's
like, just leave me alone, let me go.
Yeah. Exactly.
And here we go. She's going to get up.
So they end up not needing Whitson. She goes back to the bench, and Bailey Weber will shoot a 1-1 here. We're still Mac Valley still a foul short of being in the double bonus.
Oh, they called that on the floor, huh?
They did call that on the floor.
Maybe they were going to get that on the shot. Doesn't matter. She knocks down the first one, so
that puts her in double digits. She's the 3rd Wildcat in double digits.
We'll take it. Hope a couple
Second
more
free throw is just off the mark, so she makes 1 of 2, including the all-important front end. As Ronabaum brings up the floor for Mac Valley. She puts it up. It's a wild one, no good. Rebound tipped around. Finally ends up in the hands of Chestnut. She goes back up. Her putback's no good, but she is fouled. And Kylie Chestnut will go to the line to shoot a pair for Maquoketa Valley. That's only the 2nd team foul called against Central City in this half. It went against Briley Brooks, and that's her 3rd.
Yeah, we said it in the first half. We got to keep Chestnut off those offensive boards. She's got 2 in the last 2 possessions again. Now, sometimes when you get in that zone, you're so caught up in that post player, and you get, you kind of lose maybe the number 4. And I don't know if that's the case, but we sure are not finding her tonight.
She knocks down both free throws to give herself 10 on the night. We've got a foul as the Wildcats try to get into the front court off the press. 48-36 is our score. There's 5:39 to play in the game. They got Carissa Sabers for her first foul. It'll be Briley Brooks going to the line to shoot 2 as Mac Valley is now in the double bonus.
Yeah, if we can keep connecting on these free throws, otherwise this foul fest might be tomorrow by the time you get to go home today.
Brooks can't get the first one to go. Got a couple subs here for the Wildcats of Central City. Looks like Wade is going to get Brooks, so she won't come out quite yet. Lucy Smith will come into the game, and she will replace Hannah Kramer.
Might be trading a little defense here to keep Hannah in foul trouble, able to play offensively.
Brooks misses the second, and it's rebounded by Chestnut after it was on the ground for a while. So Mac Valley back into the front court. Ronabaum, top of the key, guarded by Noonan. Over to Roush. Back to Ronabaum, top of the key. Bounce pass to Sabres in the right corner. Picks it up. Ronabaum fakes the mid-range jumper, puts it up. Floater off the glass is good. Haley Ronabaum gets it to go. We've got a timeout on the floor called by Mac Valley. And we've got 5:15 to play in the game. It's a 10-point advantage for the good Wildcats. Central City 48, Maquoketa Valley 38. Looks like they're going to try to get a little bit of size back in there as Ella Menson, the 5'10 junior who really, I don't think, played at all that first half, is going to come back into the game.
Yeah, now they're getting into a little more foul trouble down the road. They might probably going to see a lot of subbing probably for both teams, to be fair, because I don't know necessarily for sure who they've got in foul trouble, but they've got 10 of them, so they've got to be getting somebody here and there. So
Haley Ronabaum, who's their starting 2 guard, has 4, and then Aaron Nipper, who came off the bench to start the game.
And that Haley's their leading scorer tonight too, right? Well, she's tied
for second leading scorer. As Chestnut has 10, and both of the Ronabaums have 7, so she's definitely gotten it done for Mac Valley tonight.
Well, if we box Chestnut out, she wouldn't have 10. She'd have about 3. 2 free throws and some other free throw somewhere.
Then Nipper, who came off the bench, but she's really played starting minutes tonight. She has 4 as well.
We switched inbounders too, so.
Yeah, Briley was having some trouble, so they put the taller Sarah Reed in there, and it works out there as they get it into Weber, who crosses into the front court. Now Noonan gets it and hands it off to Weber. Wildcats shouldn't be in any rush here. Reed turns, puts it up, and you'll take a good shot like that.
They'll take a one-on-one matchup with Sarah Reed in the post against just about anybody. So
that's 16 for Sarah. I say you don't want to be in a rush, but if you can get a shot like that, you'll take that any time.
High percentage shot, nothing but a layup type of look.
Absolutely.
Probably what you're telling them.
Short corner to Chestnut. She's in some trouble. She's basically triple teamed in there in this zone defense. Now Menson gives it back to Chestnut. Back to Menson. Top of the key to Ronabaum. Now to the corner to Roush. Back to Haley Ronabaum. She'll sky up for a three-pointer. That one is good. That's a big three-pointer there as Haley Ronabaum enters double digits with 10. Reminder, she's one of the 2 players with 4 fouls. As Weber gets the inbounds pass, and she'll bring it into the front court for Central City. 50-41 our score. There's 4:15 to play in the game. Noonan uses a screen from Smith. Down low to Reed. She'll put up a tough one. It's no good. Smith gets the offensive board. She can't get the putback. Reed does get a rebound, and she is fouled on her putback attempt. So Sarah Reed will take another trip over to the charity stripe, and she'll shoot 2 after she was fouled on the putback attempt. I believe they got Menson on that one, and that is her second. Team has been in the double bonus for quite some time now. As Reed can get the first free throw to go. 17 for Reed.
Probably who we want shooting free throws here.
If you could hand pick anybody, that's who you would go with. As she knocks down both cool as a cucumber. 18 for Sarah. We've got 4 minutes to play. It's 52-41. Roush is guarded by Wade, trying to get downhill. Picks it up, short corner to Chestnut. Now top of the key to Ronabaum. Gets past Noonan, but Reed's right there. Picks up her dribble down low, top of the key. Haley Ronabaum attacking. And they're going to get Noonan for the bump there.
That'll be her 4th.
That is correct, as that'll be her 4th. She'll have to be careful the rest of the way, but she's done a good job of picking up 3 fouls with about 6 minutes to go in that first half.
Yeah, she's done a nice job the rest of the I was really hoping they'd trade her here and tell her, okay, you're going to go check back in as soon as the ball's inbounded. A little offense for defense.
Whitson, Kramer, and Brooks, I believe, were the 3 that checked in. Reed and Weber stayed. Mid-range jumper on the way from Ronabaum is good, and they got Sarah Reed for the bump. That is going to be Sarah's second. There wasn't a whole lot of contact, but it was enough for the officials to blow the whistle. As Bianca Ronabaum will go to the line to shoot 2. That is the 4th team foul on Central City this half. Ronabaum's free throw is good. She's also in double figures now. 52-44, 3:35 to play. Brooks will bring it up for Central City. Guarded by Roush, hands it off to Weber. Dribbling right, Kramer sets the screen. She hands it off to Whitson. Now she hands it off to Brooks, has the top of the key, high post to Reed, turns around. She'll take a fadeaway jumper. It is good. Sarah Reed, ice cold in that mid-range shot. She has got 20 points. She's who you want to go to in a big spot. Ronabaum has it blocked by Reed, but they might have gotten Weber before that, or they might have called it on Reed. Looks like they did get Weber. 5th team foul, second one against Bailey.
Oh, I thought if it was going to be on Weber, it'd be on the floor. Maybe not.
It's kind of what I was thinking as well. First free throw from Haley Ronabaum is good. Give her 11. She's got one more. It's 54-45 with just over 3 minutes to go. 3:09 to be exact. Second free throw on the way from Ronabaum is good as well. She makes both. And we're going to have Erin Nipper, the post for Maquoketa Valley, re-entering the game. And we've got a timeout on the floor. Looks like Coach Fear called the full 60-second timeout. 3:09 to go in the fourth quarter. It is Central City 54, Maquoketa Valley 46.
Yeah, it wasn't that long ago. It was a 16-point game. And
Mac Valley's been a little bit of a run here.
Yeah, they hit that 3 to cut it to like 13, and a couple and one opportunities here and there, and kind of getting back at it at the free throw line.
Luckily, Central City set themselves up for success in those first 3 quarters. Despite being -8 in this quarter, they're still +8 on the scoreboard. Those need to hold on here for the last 3:09 in order to take down Mac Valley for the first time in quite some time. You can just tell this crowd's getting ready to erupt when these last 3:09 run off the clock. Hopefully they'll have something to erupt about, as the Wildcats do still hold a strong 8-point lead against what is a very solid Maquoketa Valley team. So there's the warning horn as both teams will come back out. Central City is going to go with Whitson, Brooks, Kramer, Weber, and Reed. Mac Valley has the Ronabaums with Roush, Nipper, and Chestnut. It's Central City ball, 90 feet from the basket. They're going to have Brooks throw it in because nobody was guarding Brooks. That was the problem before. She gets it into Whitson, who gets hit in the head. Good call there to get that. There wasn't a lot of contact, but any time you get hit in the head, it's automatic. So Belle Whitson will go to the line to shoot a pair as they are in the double bonus.
Nipper didn't like it. She's like, how do I get a foul? And I don't even see the girl. And well,
so that's going to be it for Nipper. Erin Nipper fouls out with 3 points. She'll be replaced by Ella Menson.
She just checked in for no time off the clock, and goes and sits right back down.
Belle Whitson can't get the free throw to go. She'll have one more. Second one on the way from Whitson. That one's no good. Too strong off back iron, and Menson pulls on the board. Central City can have to make their free throws down the stretch. It is Ronabaum standing at the top of the key. Now she gets it back. Whitson's playing defense. We're under 3 minutes to play, and they're going to get kind of a tic-tac foul there on Whitson as Ronabaum was attacking the hoop. That is going to be team foul number 6. Whitson's first. And they are still short of the bonus, so Mac Valley will just throw it in from underneath their own hoop. Inbounds pass goes to, I think that's Roush. Now to the corner to Ronabaum. She puts up a shot. It's no good. Rebounded by Reed.
I think that was supposed to be a pass to the weak block, but it hit the rim. So.
You may be right, because I looked up kind of last second, and all of a sudden I just see it going off the rim, but it looked a little funny. So it
almost went in.
I'll take your word for it. That would have been quite the pass if it went through. Wildcats in no hurry here as Brooks is just going to hold it. Now she hands it off to Weber. It was tipped because it went into the backcourt, but it was tipped, so that's all right. Weber brings it back into the front court. Gives it over to Sarah Reed to take some contact, and that's what you want for Central City. Sarah Reed is going to go to the line to shoot a pair as they are going to get Kylie Chestnut for her second foul. And Sarah will go to the line to shoot 2. 2:17 to play, 54-46, as Reed knocks down the first free throw. That is 21 for Reed. As Whitson will come out, Noonan playing with 4 fouls down the stretch will re-enter the game. Reed's second free throw is good. 22 for the senior. 56-46, back to a 10-point game.
A lot of basketball left to play, but I'm still set on we haven't beat these guys since the 6-on-6 girls basketball days.
I believe it. They've been a really, really strong program for a long time. Even in our very good years, it's still a tough team to beat. Mid-range jumper on the way from Ronabaum. That's no good, and Reed pulls down the rebound. She does a great job on the glass. Being 5'10" helps, but she also boxes out well, and she gets the rebound there. Now she's going to attack the hoop. She's tripped, but no call. And the Wildcats of Mac Valley will get it back. Ronabaum brings it up for Maquoketa Valley, picks up her dribble, down low. Haley Ronabaum has it blocked from behind by Sarah Reed. Didn't see her coming. I like that there from Sarah. Don't get mad at the no call. Get even on the other end as she blocks that one out of bounds and denies an easy bucket for Ronabaum. Inbounds pass goes to Chestnut, top of the key to Roush. We've got a minute and a half to go in the game. It's a 10-point Central City lead. Ronabaum's going to try to cut it to 7. She can do so as it rolls around. Toilet bowl shot there from Haley Ronabaum.
Toilet bowl.
Beat you to it as that gives Ronabaum 15 on the night. She's kind of come out of nowhere. She's been great this fourth quarter.
Yeah.
It's 56-49, 7-point game with a minute 24 to play. Wildcats still on top. They just need to hold on for
every time we start to do something, they can answer back. Yeah, I thought Sarah was going to go coast to coast that last possession and kind of got tripped from behind and no call. And too bad we didn't get a call. I'd like to put her back at the free throw line. You know, all of a sudden that could have been a 5-point swing. But
absolutely. Well, you got to go with the flow here late in this game.
Yeah, 124. You still just play smart. Don't turn the ball over. Knock your free throws down. We should still be in the driver's seat.
Clearly the Central City Wildcats game to lose at this point. 7-point lead with 84 seconds left to come off the clock. Starters out there for Central City. Reed, Weber, Brooks, Kramer, and Noonan going against this full court press from Mac Valley. Brooks is going to throw it in as nobody's up there to harass her as she does so. She gets it into Reed. That's who you want to have the ball in the hands of as she gets it across half court to Kramer. And they're going to say she double dribbled. Did you see anything there?
I don't think I could. I don't know how that could be a double dribble.
I didn't see anything that would constitute a double dribble. I just wanted to check with you because I don't know if I'm seeing things or what. But
I mean, she kind of had a stutter step, but she was already dribbling, and she never picked up her dribble, and she had her left hand in her pocket. So I don't know how you call it, but why wouldn't you call it when we're all trying to make history here?
Mac Valley basketball. Three-pointer is blocked by Bailey Weber. Roush thought she had enough room. She did not, as Weber, she's listed at 5'5", but she's got some long arms and good hops to make her a lot taller than that.
She closed in about 4.4 speed there.
She's very quick as she gets the block there. Inbounds pass goes to Menson, right wing, top of the key to Ronabaum. A minute to play in the game. Three-pointer from Ronabaum is on the way. It is good as Haley Ronabaum gets another three-pointer to go. We've got a timeout on the floor. It's a 4-point game as Haley Ronabaum has been huge this fourth quarter.
Yeah, cuts it to 4. Now we're under a minute, 57 seconds to go. Wildcats going to have to inbound 100 feet from their basket. Still not necessarily looking for your offense. You're just looking for something high percentage. Don't turn the ball over. Good God, didn't play some defense. I wonder here if coach is going to tell them get out of the zone. I mean, it's got us this far, but they're knocking down some outside shots, and sometimes it's a little easier to find that outside shot when they're in a zone.
Brooks is going to throw it in against the full court press coming out of the timeout. 56-52 our score.
They're double teaming Reed big time.
They get into Kramer, who is fouled by Roush. That is going to be Roush's first is all. As they'll take a trip 90 feet down the floor, and Hannah Kramer will go to the line to shoot 2 big free throws for Central City.
Yeah, just 2 seconds came off the clock there before the foul.
That's the game plan for Mac Valley. The clock is their enemy at this point. As Kramer knocks down a big free throw. That's what you want to see out of your senior.
Want to see her hit that, have some confidence, because probably isn't going to be the last time she's going to be at the line.
Hasn't been at the line all night. Steps up and hits the first. She can't get the second one to go, so she makes 1 of 2. They're diving on the ground for it.
Little scrum.
And we're going to get a jump ball that favors Mac Valley.
That's all right. That's good hustle there.
Now we have the jump ball arrow back in our favor. As
was that Brooks on the ground over there?
I believe it was. And if not, I'll just go ahead and give her credit for it.
She's done everything else tonight. So she'll probably clean the gym when we're done.
She's not afraid to get on the floor, so we'll give her the benefit of the doubt. Sands is into the game for Mac Valley. They're going a little bit smaller. Ronabaum uses a screen from the other Ronabaum. Over to Sands. She'll take a three-pointer from the right corner. It is no good. Air ball rebounded by Brooks. She picks it up over to Kramer. She's into the front court, picks up her dribble. Back to Brooks. They get it to Reed. That's who you want to have it.
Yeah, they don't want to foul her.
Sarah's going to hold it as long as she can. Now she breaks through the double team, loses it, and it's going to be stolen away by Mac Valley. 24 seconds to go. Stolen away by Brooks, and she's shoved to the ground. Briley will go to the line to shoot 2. You want Sarah and maybe Bailey before Briley, but other than that, Briley is a very, very good option at the free throw line. So that's certainly something good to see for Central City. That foul is going to go against Kennedy Roush once again, her second. Team foul number 6, as Briley Brooks is at the free throw line, shooting 2. She can't get the first one to go. Man, you can't do a whole lot more than that. Put it halfway down, and it just rattles around the rim and out. But she will get one more. Brooks' second free throw on the way is good. Give her 12 on the night. It's 58-52, 20 seconds to go. Ronenbaum bringing it up for Mac Valley. Noonan's guarding her. Chestnut sets the screen. Ronenbaum attacking the hoop. Gets inside. Her layup is going to be no good. She is fouled. That puts the Wildcats over the limit, and that's going to be Sarah's third. And that will be Bianca Ronenbaum, the freshman, going to the line to shoot 2 for Mac Valley. It's a 6-point game, 58-52. There's 11 seconds on the clock. First one from Ronenbaum is good.
Of course it's going to be good. She's probably going to hit this one too.
That's 11 on the night for the freshman. She'll have a chance for one more. She doesn't play like a freshman.
Oh, man, she's been killer.
Haley Ronenbaum is a sophomore, so a couple good players, but she misses that free throw. Reed pulls in the rebound. Double team comes. They get it to Brooks, and she's going to be bumped out of bounds by Bianca Ronenbaum, her third foul.
But even better, time came off the clock.
Down to just 6 seconds. The Wildcats have to hold on to this 5-point lead, and Briley has a chance to get it as much as a 7-point lead. As nobody else is down there to rebound for the Wildcats. Brooks is all by herself, and she makes the first.
I was going to say, the recipe to lose this game is get a foul. Otherwise, I mean, heck, miss this one. Who cares?
That second one on the way is good. She hits both. That's 14 for Briley. And the Wildcats lead by 7. Haley Ronenbaum, 2 seconds. 1 second. Puts it up. It's blocked at the buzzer. And we're going to have to hold up on the celebration as they called Bailey for a foul at the buzzer. So what pointless free throws, huh?
Yeah.
So that is going to be Bailey's.
That's all right. I wish our boys would just go crazy right now. And
that is going to be Bailey's third. They're going to put point something on the clock as it says all zeros right now, but the officials talking to Vaughn, running the scoreboard. So I'm assuming they're going to put point something up there. First free throw is going to be good as Haley Ronenbaum gets the first one to go. But really, there's nothing to play for at this point.
Yeah, as I say, that
60-54 is our score. It's going to be a final of 60-54. Maybe not quite yet, as we've got.
That's going to do it. Game over.
They are going to call that game as the clock was malfunctioning a little bit. But they are going to call it by hand. And our final score, I believe they didn't put the free throw up, so that would make it Central City 60, Maquoketa Valley 54. For the first time in who knows how long, the Wildcats are the best Wildcats against Maquoketa Valley here tonight. What an effort by our girls. Had to avoid the comeback late in the game. They managed to stave off a sharp effort from Maquoketa Valley. Credit where it's due. They didn't give up. And they end up coming away with the win. I think 60-54 was the final. It said 60-53, but I don't think they put up the point. I'm going to go with that.
We won. We got the W. It's all that matters. Oh, man. We got another game to do.
We do.
Oh, jeez.
As the boys come out.
Cronin, if you're listening, I'm not coming to work tomorrow. This is too much. I think my heart can take it. Boys are coming out. We got 15 minutes till the Wildcats square off with the other Wildcats. Tri-Rivers matchup here between probably a little more veteran black and yellow Wildcat team than the black and red. David's got to get the social media going for us here, and then we'll get going on.
So before we turn our attention to the boys' game, I'll quickly just kind of recap some scoring outputs for the previous girls' game. The leader for Mac Valley was Haley Ronenbaum. What a fourth quarter she had. She had 19, almost single-handedly brought Mac Valley back in that fourth quarter, but it was
I think
not
she
quite
had at
enough.
least seven in the fourth quarter.
At the very least. I think it might have been even more than that.
Yeah, it might have been more than that.
I think it might have been 12, in fact, 'cause I think she had 7 going into the fourth quarter, if I remember
right.
right.
That might be what it was.
And then Bianca Ronenbaum, who I'm assuming is her little sister, had 11. Kylie Chestnut had 10. Kennedy Roush had 6. Carissa Sabers had 5. Aaron Nipper had 3 to round out the Mac Valley scoring output. For Central City, it was Sarah Reed leading the way, 22 points in the night for the senior. And then Briley Brooks had quite the output as well. She had 14 in the night, including some big free throws down the stretch. Bailey Weber had 10. Natalie Noonan had 6. And then Hannah Kramer and Coletta Wade both had 3. Great effort by Central City here this evening. And they come away with a huge win over Mac Valley. to move to 12-7 on the year. Mac Valley will fall to 11-8, and that will also put Central City up all the way to fourth in the conference. And so if you think about it, they're the highest non-top 15 team in the conference, which is quite the stat considering they're all the way back in fourth place. But it's just such a tough conference that they play in every night.
Yeah, I think if you're looking, well, 1A basketball or 2A for that matter, because we got some 2As, it's pretty tough to beat the Tri-Rivers either side of the ball. I mean, Northland boys have been rated #1, and they lost to Edco.
Yep.
So it's like, oh well.
And then Edco turned around and lost to Alburnett.
Alburnett, yeah, we got kind of a. And it's funny because I feel like our boys play Alburnett tough each time. And
and then they just had a really tough one against Easton Valley, or sorry, Edco. Well, Easton Valley too. I guess
I was just gonna say
they're a good team as well.
Take your pick. I mean, I'm obviously biased of the local basketball, but I'd put those three up against most 1A teams about any day of the week.
There's some serious talent in the Tri-Rivers Conference, and that extends to football as well. I mean, Easton Valley was a runner-up in
yeah, no kidding. They're
8-player. Northland was dominant in Class A. Alburnett made the playoffs in Class A. Springville snuck in an 8-player as well.
Yep.
Central City's a team on the rise.
Yeah, we're not gonna sneak in next year. We're gonna kick the wall down. I think we're gonna. I don't know. My early predictions, top 2 in the district.
Well, that'd be quite the sight. And I was actually talking to Coach Kirscher about that a while back here, and there's a lot of teams that were very senior heavy that were good last year. Look at your Edco, you've got your Lansing Key, you've got your Springville, who wasn't even a standout team by any means, sneaking into the playoffs. But I mean, there's just everywhere you look, there's teams that are senior heavy that the Wildcats in some cases played with, in some cases struggled against. But either way, they should have a really good shot at next year.
Yep, I agree. We got 11 minutes to go here between games, plus little introductions and all that fun stuff. So
both teams are back out here, so I'll go ahead and preview our boys matchup. Central City is 4-14 on the season. It's been kind of a rough one for Central City, as like in football, they're a team on the rise, I'd say. This is not going to be their year, but we've got a lot of young kids that are really showing some serious talent, and I think they're going to be pretty well set for a couple of years to come.
Yeah, it seems like every week you see a little growth, and every now and then they really are going to surprise you. So we'll see what happens tonight. I mean, you just never know.
It's been a tough stretch for Central City in this Tri-Rivers West Conference as of late. They've dropped 5 of their last 6. They lost to a very good Edco team on Friday, 71-27. That was a tough one over in Edgewood, but it's what you're going to have when you have a young team in a dominant conference like this. So it's got to take the punches and roll with them and keep fighting. I'll say they've won 4 times as many games as they won last year. So they've already got some major improvement with a bunch of underclassmen starting. Speaking of the underclassmen, Makai Benton, who is a sophomore, leads the way in scoring. He averages 13.8 a night. And then the Klosterman brothers, Aiden is a sophomore and Matthew is a freshman, are next. Matthew averages 10.8 points per night and Aiden 10. Can't express how important those 3 young men are for the future of Central City athletics.
That's pretty ridiculous to have those kind of numbers. Every now and then you get that stud young kid that'll step in and do it, but when you're relying on the entire team to be young guys, those opportunities are created by those guys, whereas teams aren't focusing in on seniors or some upperclassmen, and they're getting out and they're doing it, and their time will come. They're taking some growing pains.
And what's interesting is this is the 2nd straight year, if I'm not mistaken, that Central City has had just 1 senior on its varsity roster. Last year was Marshall Vandevet, who was a starting point guard, very good player. And then this year's Troy Curtis, who was a bench player for Central City, very good kid, I should add. And it's just tough when you have no senior leadership minus 1 kid.
Right, it's tough just to have one upperclassman that's trying to carry a bunch of younger kids.
And then it's not just those 3 scoring, it's also them doing it all over the place. Makai Benson's also the leading rebounder. He averages 6.3 a night. Matthew Klosterman's the leading assist man. He's a freshman point guard, and he averages 3.4 a night. And then Aiden Klosterman steals 1.9 steals per night. So that's just a trio that's going to be very important down the line for Central City. They get it done all over the place. And the other 2 starters for the Wildcats, well, I guess it depends on who they go with. Braden Rickles almost for sure. And they've kind of been switching out Marcus Shellhorn and Jaden Hansen. Shellhorn the junior and Hansen the sophomore.
Yeah, I think Rickles has been kind of battling injury and maybe some sickness.
I know Hansen missed a couple games. Not sure if he was sick or what his thing was, but he wasn't at the last couple games I was at. So good to see him back and in uniform, hopefully ready to go. As that's another young athlete that's important for Central City. Taking a look at Maquoketa Valley, they are 7-10 so far this year. They've kind of been middle of the road for much of the season. It's been a tough sledding as of late. They've dropped their last 4. Most recently lost to Alburnett. They kept it close, although, I will say on Friday, 44-38. Leading scorer for Mac Valley is Avery Holtz. He's a senior guard averaging 12.2 points per night. And then Cody Hager is just shy of joining Holtz in double digits. He averages 9.4 a night. Brock Trenkamp leads the way for Mac Valley in rebounding, pulls in 6 of those a night. Holtz also leads the team in assists as the point guard, averaging 3.1 a night. And he also steals a team-high 1.9 passes. Then I kind of told you a little bit before we got underway here, Maquoketa Valley is without their best player from the last couple of years, actually, AJ Ambundo. He's a really, really good athlete. I think he's actually playing college football next year. He was a sharp shooter that was tough to guard. He's not able to play. He tore his ACL this past football season. I saw him over there just a moment ago before they went in, standing in a sweatshirt and sweatpants. So he will not be out there tonight for Mac Valley. And then these teams did meet up once so far this season. They played over in Delhi on the same night as the girls. It was a tough one for Central City. They fell to the Mac Valley Wildcats 65-37. As hopefully, what we've seen against Alburnett, Central City played them a lot tougher the second time around. Hopefully we can see some more of that in this game. See if the Wildcats can't keep it a game against Mac Valley going into the second half. So Central City's back on the floor. As we've got about 6 minutes to go, and one thing I'd like to touch on here is they have, in fact, released Central City's district for postseason play starting about a week or so from now, maybe 2 weeks. As here's a list of the teams in the district. We've got Gladbrook, Rhinebeck, Alburnett, Belle Plaine, Cedar Valley Christian, Hudson, Don Bosco, Central City, Meskwaki, and HLV. Some very familiar names in there, some names we don't see all that often.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting district. I mean, we've seen a couple of those teams and lost some close games to those guys, and you know, they're kind of all right towards the top of the conference. So if we can maybe sneak one of those out early and maybe get on a roll going into district play.
Gladbrook Rhinebeck is the class of District 7 going into things. They are 16-1. They're undefeated for a long time. They finally dropped one a week or two ago. Alburnett's next at 13-4. Belle Plaine is 10-7. Cedar Valley Christian's right behind them at 10-8. Hudson 6-11. Don Bosco's 5-12. Central City's 4-14. Meskwaki is 2-13, and HLV is 2-14. So I went ahead and put together what the matchups would be. Of course, you can't really accurately seed things because I'm just strictly going by numbers, but of course there is a lot of subjectivity that goes into it.
Sure is.
You can put, I could easily see a 4-14 Central City and the Tri-Rivers going in over a 5-12 Don Bosco in a weaker conference. But just based on pure numbers, here's what we've got. It would be HLV at Meskwaki in the play-in game for the right to play at Gladbrook Rhinebeck. Central City would take a long drive over to Alburnett to face the Pirates. That'd be a familiar foe in that one for the 2-7 game.
We've played Alburnett tough twice this year.
Especially that second time around. It was a 5-point game with a couple minutes to go in the fourth quarter before it kind of got a little more out of hand there at the end.
That's the same thing that happened in that first game, I think. It was like maybe a 2-possession game, 4 minutes to go, and then, you know, they hit a couple buckets, stolen inbounds, threw a dunk down, and all of a sudden it was like, oh, it's really not as close as it was 35 seconds ago. But definitely play them tough. I don't know, we must match up well with them.
And it's always hard to beat a team 3 times. In my senior year, we played Edco twice in the regular season, beat them both times, and then we play them in the postseason in a neutral site, and we just got completely stomped by them to end our season. So
yeah, but I called that game, I believe, over in the Easton Valley.
Yep, that's
gym.
right. It was at Easton Valley, neutral site, and that was an ugly one, unfortunately. So that's the kind of thing that can happen when you play a team 3 times. It'll be very interesting to see how this ends up working out. The other 2 matchups would be Don Bosco at Belle Plaine and Hudson at Cedar Valley Christian. So that is just a very premature look at the District 7 potential matchups. Central City's right on the brink of having that 8-9 game, but they're probably not going to, as Meskwaki and HLV both have only 2 wins. Well, I will say it would be a cool thing to play another game here on the home floor.
I would love.
That would be the one nice thing about falling to the 8th seed.
Yeah, I don't really want Gladbrook second.
Right, exactly.
Second game though.
And then, like I said, I could easily see Central City being bumped up to a 6 or even a 5. The top 4 are pretty much set. It's going to be Gladbrook, Rhinebeck, Albernette, Belle Plaine, and CVC in some sort of order, but it will be those 4 in all likelihood. And then it's kind of Hudson, Don Bosco, Central City in that next group of 3, and then Meskwaki and HLV at the bottom.
Do the boys still seed it like only games like 6 through 12 count or something, or do they take the whole season into account now?
You know, I'm not sure.
I know for a while they only cared about what happened in the middle of the season. And whatever the record was then is how they seeded it out. And I think they got rid of that because it didn't make any sense.
I hope they got rid of that.
I mean,
you pick up a huge early season win, like I off the top of my head, Springville girls destroyed a team that they should have had a competitive, maybe even lost game to, and that, in that situation, you do not want to get that taken off your ledger.
No, but it was, I don't know. I feel like maybe they got rid of it, but it wasn't. I mean, we're talking within the last few years. I still know it was in effect. I thought, boy, this never made sense, but I'm hoping they got rid of that because, like a young team like us, if we start picking up the pace or, we catch fire towards the end of the season, it doesn't matter. You're still going to get, well, you started off slow, so you're going to get the #1 seed. That's not, never thought that was fair. I always thought your total body, and actually really I'd rather see the last few games count more than anything at the beginning, because if you do have a slow start or you get an injury here or there, it'd be kind of nice if you can look at what the team's done, from start to finish. Another minute to go.
And then we'll be underway. Central City taking on Maquoketa Valley. The girls got a huge win in the opener of this doubleheader. We'll see if Central City can follow suit. That'd be definite upset, but considering what I've seen out of Central City, it's certainly not out of the realm of possibility by any stretch of the imagination. They just need to come out ready to go, stay out of foul trouble, knock down some shots, see if Benton can come out hot. He has a couple times this year.
Yeah, we need to catch fire in this first period and the first quarter, see what happens.
So should be a good one. Mrs. Hackman is back up to announce our starting lineups here, and just like I did for the girls' game, I'll follow along with her, as it's about time to meet our starting lineups as we get set for varsity boys basketball action in the Tri-Rivers West Conference between the Maquoketa Valley Wildcats and your Central City Wildcats. One more time, we'll introduce our 3 officials here tonight. They've been working ever since the JV girls game, so
yeah,
rightfully so. They're getting a round of applause.
They had a long night.
Here are tonight's starting lineups. For Mac Valley, a 5'8 sophomore, #2, Toby Grimm. For Central City, a 5'10 freshman, #1, Matthew Klosterman.
Well, I feel like we got a little advantage there.
For Mac Valley, a 6'2 senior, #3, Landon Dutemeyer. For Central City, a 5'9 sophomore, #2, Aiden Klosterman. For Mac Valley, a 5'7 junior, #5, Avery Holtz. For Central City, a 6' sophomore, #4, Jaden Hansen. For Mac Valley, a 6' senior, #22, Brock Trenkamp. For Central City, a 6'3 sophomore, #23, Makai Benton. For Mac Valley, a 6'5 sophomore, #34, Cody Hager. And for Central City, a 6'3 junior, #34, Marcus Shellhorn. Assistant coach for Mac Valley is Daniel Cassett. Head coach is Eric Connor. Central City's assistant coach is John McGovern. Head coach is Tanner Carlson. So there are your 5 starters for both sides. We've got 8 minutes on the clock, and we're just about set to go here tonight for Central City. Got to say, Toby Grimm listed at 5'8". I think that might be a little bit of a stretch.
Was that the point guard?
That was the first player that came out, #2.
Zero chance. If he's 5'8", I'm 6'4".
Matthew Klosterman listed at a probably realistic 5'10", towered over him. So a little note there. Starters are Grimm, Dutemeyer, Holtz, Trendkamp, and Hager. Klosterman, Benton, Shellhorn, and Hansen. Wildcats in their home whites with the black and red trim. Mac Valley in their traveling blacks with the yellow and gray trim. Tip up in the air, controlled by Mac Valley. Trendkamp has it, and we are underway. Grimm will bring it up for the Maquoketa Valley Wildcats.
I'm not sure Man Bun's 6'3" either, or 6'2", whatever they had him.
Good call on that as well. Maybe a little bit of a stretch there. Top of the key to Hager. He fakes a three. Over to Dutemeyer. Over to Trendkamp, now right wing. Back cut from Dutemeyer. Nearly works. Grimm has the top of the key. He fakes a three. Now we'll put one up there. It's good. Toby Grimm may not be 5'8", but he can shoot the three a little bit. It's 3-0. Maquoketa Valley early on. Shellhorn has the ball for the Wildcats. Over to Matthew Klosterman, top of the key. They're almost denying everybody in this man-to-man as they give it over to Benton, top of the key. Picks up his dribble, has a tip, but ends up in the hands of Shellhorn. He's now working from the top of the key, looking to get downhill. Hands it off to Hansen, right wing. Guarded by Dutemeyer. Skip over to Benton. He's working down low. He goes up with it. It's no good, but looks like they called a foul on the floor. So it will be Central City ball, as we'll see who they got it on. Coach Carlson sends in the play call from the sideline as they got that foul on Brock Trendkamp, his first, team foul number 1. Inbounds pass goes to Aiden Klosterman, now over to Hansen on the right wing. Dribbling to his left, picks it up at the free throw line, over to Shellhorn. He'll take a three-pointer from the left corner. It's good. Marcus Shellhorn responds with a three of his own, and we're all tied up at 3 apiece. 6:45 to go in our opening quarter as Grimm runs the one for Maquoketa Valley. Already some movement over there from the Mac Valley bench. Holtz has it left wing. Top of the key to Trendkamp. Now Dutemeyer has it right wing. Into the corner to Hager. He'll sky up for a three-pointer. It's good as Cody Hager gets the three-pointer to fall. 6-3 Maquoketa Valley. Hansen inbounds to Klosterman. Crossing half court. And we've got a foul as Aiden was trying to get over there. That is going to be the second team foul called against Mac Valley. As we got a sub here for the Mac Valley Wildcats. Lucas Orcutt, a 6'3 junior, will check in. That foul was on Toby Grimm. His first team foul, number 1. Trendkamp will exit. That pass is stolen by Grimm, but he just hops out of bounds.
It's the tallest Orcutt I've ever seen.
Certainly taller than my buddy Trey. Hope he's listening in. Although I will say he doesn't look quite 6'3 either.
No. Oh.
Benton, top of the key. Now he's 6'3.
Yeah.
Hands it off to Matthew Klosterman. The freshman point guard calls the play. Now he's going to back out, give it over to his brother Aiden, left wing, attacking downhill. Nice aggressive take, but he loses it. Picked up by Matthew. Now he'll use the baseline, spins. Now skips it over to Shellhorn, top of the key, over to Klosterman. He'll put up a three-pointer. That one on the way is no good. Halfway down, rattles out, and Hager picks up the rebound for Mac Valley. He hands it off to Grimm. He'll bring it up for Maquoketa Valley. Over to Orcutt, left wing. Go ahead.
Like the ball movement there by the Wildcats, just didn't connect on the shot.
Yeah, it was a good set play there that Matthew called for, and it was a good look for Aiden. Certainly take that anytime you can get it. It just rattled out. Hager sends it over to Holtz, top of the key. He'll look to get downhill, kind of force the contact there. That's what they've actually gotten rid of in the NBA, as Holtz just jumps right into Klosterman, who was behind him. But they're going to get Matthew Klosterman for the foul. That's going to be his first team foul, number 1, as Avery Holtz will shoot 2 for Maquoketa Valley. And I like him getting rid of that foul because it's kind of cheap when you can jump into somebody else and then they get in trouble for it. But nonetheless, that was the call.
I like it because, you know, it's just a little, you're working to score, and maybe it's not quite ethical. Knocks down the second free throw.
I'll say I like it a whole lot more if the person's in front of you than if they're behind you. I'll definitely see your point on that. Into the corner to Shellhorn. He fakes a three. Now down low to Aiden Klosterman, but he wasn't ready for it. He wanted Shellhorn to just take it himself.
Yeah, I say Shellhorn needs to finish when he gets, you know, Harry Potter down there. He's got to go.
So that's a Wildcat turnover. 8-3 Maquoketa Valley. 5:15 to go in the opening quarter. Holtz has it right wing. Attacking baseline. Good take. He's very quick. Over to Orcutt, left corner. His three-pointer's off the mark. Rebound fought for, and they're going to get a foul inside.
Calling that one on Aiden.
It looks like it was on Mac Valley because Hansen's going to throw it in. That's going to be the third team foul against Maquoketa Valley, and that is going to be Toby Grimm's second. So we'll see if looks like they are going to go to the bench. as Lance McShane, a 6'2 sophomore, will come in for Maquoketa Valley, replacing the 5'8 Grimm. So nice height boost there, but maybe
they got some size on the bench too.
Maybe what they lose in height, they'll make up for, or gain in height, they'll probably lose in ball handling.
Let's hope. I mean, he made that first three look pretty easy, so.
Matthew Klosterman has it for Central City. Gives it over to Benton on the left wing, guarded by Orcutt. Fakes the handoff, now does hand it off to Hansen. Aiden Klosterman, left corner, thought about a three, now over to Benton, left wing. Coach Connor of the Wildcats is furious as Benton goes up for a wild one. Wanted the contact, didn't get it. Shellhorn at the offensive board. His putback's no good, and Holtz rebounds. Holtz running the floor. His pass down low to Hager is tipped. It's still on the ground. They're diving all over for it. And they're going to wait forever to blow the whistle, and they do call the jump ball. I almost wonder if the ref thought he had blown it somewhere in his head, and he hadn't, because he was even signaling for the whistle, but he hadn't blown it. So jump ball, possession arrow favors Central City as Jaden Hansen will throw it in for the Wildcats. Gets it into Matthew Klosterman. 4.5 to go in our opening quarter. 8-3, Maquoketa Valley. Matthew Klosterman has it right wing. Uses the screen from Benton. Orcutt switches onto him. Now looks to split a double team. Goes up with his left hand. It's going to bounce out. No good. Good take, but he couldn't finish. Holtz attacking 2-on-2. Pulls up for a mid-range jumper from the free throw line. It's no good. Shellhorn skies up for a rebound. I think they're going to get Lucas Orcutt on a foul there. As the fouls are starting to rack up a little bit for Mac Valley. They've already got 4.
I was going to say, we haven't gotten a whole lot going on offense with just the in-your-face pressure. But we are still doing some things right because we have now drawn at least 4 fouls here in the first few minutes of the game.
That was Lucas Orcutt's first as Matthew Klosterman kind of faked the jumper and Holtz kind of just ran into him there.
That's 5 already. A couple more of those. We're going to have.
We're just too shy. They're just too shy of being over the limit already. We've got 4-1 to go in the opening quarter. Hansen to throw it in from under the Central City basket. Looking around, and he gets it into Matthew Klosterman, top of the key. Attacking the hoop. Nice take by Matthew, and he finishes inside on the floater. That's Matthew's first bucket. It's 8-5. Mac Valley with a 3-point lead. Holtz bringing it up from Maquoketa Valley. Braden Rickles will check in at the next dead ball. Fakes a handoff to Dutemeyer. Now has a left wing, guarded by Aiden. Looks content to just let the play develop. Over to Hager. He takes an open three. Top of the key. It's no good. Too short, but it's rebounded by McShane. Inside to Hager. I think they're going to get Shellhorn on a reach in there on the interior pass. So that is going to be Shellhorn's second, or excuse me, Shellhorn's first. Team foul number 2, so it's the team second. Braden Rickles will check into the game, replacing Jaden Hansen, who will go to the bench. Holtz will throw it in for Mac Valley. Gets it into McShane. Open layup. It's no good. Benton got there last second to contest it. Gets his own rebound. It's no good. And they're going to get Orcutt for his second foul. Going over the back of Aiden Klosterman. That's going to be team foul number 6. And they're going to have to go to the bench once again. TJ Cook this time is the sub. He's a 6'2 freshman who's coming into the game, replacing Lucas Orcutt. Will have to leave with 2 fouls. He came off the bench, and he's already got 2 fouls. So Matthew Klosterman's bringing it up for Central City. Holtz playing defense. Double screen from Benson and Shellhorn. He uses both of them, loses it. It's stolen away by Dutemeyer. Holtz running in transition. He's got numbers, gives it over to McShane. Blocked from behind by Benton, but they're going to call a foul. As Benton got way up there and blocked it off the glass.
Pinned it to the backboard.
He can't believe it, and I kind of can't believe it myself, to be honest with you.
I mean, that's closer to goaltend than a foul, I think. I don't think he was anywhere near whatever this guy's name is shooting free throws.
That's Benton's first, team foul number 3, as Lance McShane can't get the first free throw to go. He will have one more. 3:08 remaining in our first quarter. It's still 8-5. Mac Valley up by 3. McShane's second free throw is on the way. It's no good, well short, but it's going to be rebounded by Mac Valley. Ends up in the hands of McShane. He'll hand it off to Holtz, and they're going to get Aiden for kind of a cheap one there, reaching in, as that'll be Aiden's first. Team foul number 4. So we've got 10 fouls combined with 5 minutes of game gone. As Mac Valley has it, inbounds pass goes to Holt in the backcourt, crosses into the front court. Avery Holtz running the one for Maquoketa Valley. Over to McShane, right wing, top of the key to Holtz. Now over to Cook, left wing, fakes a pass, top of the key to Holtz. Back to Cook. Looking around into the short corner to Dutemeyer. Back to Holtz, he fakes a 3, top of the key to McShane. Cook right wing now. They're working the ball well, but haven't found any offense yet in this possession. Over to McShane. He fakes another three. He's double teamed. Short corner to Dutemeyer. Top of the key to Holtz. Back to Dutemeyer. Takes baseline. Gets past Schellhorn. His layup's good and a foul. As Lance McShane gets in the scoring column with the layup, and he'll go to the line to shoot two. That is going to be team foul number 5 against Central City, and they got Benton for his second. So Mackay's already got 2 here with 2:22 to go in the first quarter. As the free throw is good. Klosterman hands it off to Rickles. 2:10 to go in the first quarter. And they're going to get a traveling violation called on Braden Rickles. As it'll be back to Mac Valley, it's 11-5 with 2:10 to go in our opening quarter. Toby Grimm will head over to the scorer's table. He'll check back into the game with 2 fouls. He will replace Lance McShane. A little miscommunication there as McShane does now go to the bench. Holtz to throw it in. Wildcats applying some 2-2-1 full court pressure. Cook gives it over to Grimm. Now Dutemeyer. Across half court to Hager. He gives it over to Holtz. He'll pull up for a mid-range jumper. That's no good. Rebounded by Klosterman. Thought about running it in transition. Now slows it down and gives it over to his brother Matthew. Matthew Klosterman right wing. Goes to his right now over to Rickles. He'll take a three-pointer from the right wing. That is no good. Well short. It touched Marcus Schellhorn while Schellhorn was standing out of bounds. So it'll go back to Mac Valley. Jaden Hansen's going to re-enter the game, and Marcus Schellhorn will come out as Mac Valley gets the ball back. Inbounds pass goes to Grimm. They throw it around a little bit. Now back to Dutemeyer. Over to Grimm, crossing into the front court. He gives it to Hager, and Hager just throws it away. A little miscommunication between him and Holtz. That'll be a Mac Valley turnover.
Boy, who would have thought we'd be pressing Mac Valley and force a turnover, huh? You don't get that every day.
They've been working hard on their press. It's gotten better throughout the course of the season. As Aiden Klosterman gives it over to Matthew on the right wing. Benton sets the screen. Matthew goes the other way. Good take. And he's bumped hard inside, but he's not called. Holtz crosses into the front court for Mac Valley. As we got a minute 15 to go in the first quarter. It's 11-5.
I thought he got fouled by both guys on that side of the floor.
I thought so as well, but nothing called.
I'm old and blind and 50 feet away, so maybe not. 11-5, minute to go here in the first.
Grimm over to Holtz, top of the key. Dutemeyer's going to take a three from the left corner. He gets it to go. Landon Dutemeyer has gotten 3 points the old-fashioned way and the more conventional way now. He's got 6 total. 45 seconds to go in the first quarter. Klosterman dribbling left. He has the top of the key over to Benton. He'll sky up for a three. That's no good. Good look, but he couldn't get it to fall, and now we've got a foul inside. That's going to be 6 fouls against Central City. So both teams now have 6 fouls. Looks like might have gotten Rickles. That is the case. Braden's first. As Dutemeyer will come out. Looks like they put Brock Trenkamp back in the game. They give it over to Brock Trenkamp. He nearly throws it away. Oh. It's going to end up back in Trenkamp's hands. He gives it to Holtz. And they'll give it over to Grimm, and probably Mac Valley will look to hold out these last 24 seconds and get one shot. Grimm hands it to Holtz, who's dribbling to his right. Over to Cook. Back to Holtz, standing at the CC logo at midcourt. Over to Grimm, left wing. Now back to Holtz. Mac Valley in no hurry here. We're down to 10 seconds. Now they're probably going to look to go. Holtz, top of the key, 7 seconds. Uses a screen from Cook. Down low, it's off the foot of Benton. Hit the floor and then hit Benton's foot. And they're going to get a 3-second violation as Marcus Schellhorn will get Braden Rickles. And they're going to run a play here to try to get a good shot in the full court. Lance McShane's back in the game for Mac Valley. He will replace Toby Grimm, trying to get some height with 3 seconds to go to try to avoid anything down low. Hansen inbounds to Matthew Klosterman, crossing half court. 1 second, fakes a three, puts it up from the volleyball line. It's no good. Good shot fake there from Matt.
Yeah, that was a good look there by
it's about as good as a look as you were going to get, given the
3 seconds and
time and
passing it in from the locker room. You don't have a whole lot you can do there. So
absolutely. So good job. They ran the play as it was meant to be run. Just nothing was working there.
All right, we'll get a line from our sole sponsor, Heartland Bank here. Each person and family has unique financial needs. That's why we offer a variety of personal banking and lending products. We offer everything you need for your personal financial success, from checking and savings accounts to loans and online services. Heartland Bank, member FDIC.
So 14-5 is our score through 8 minutes of basketball. Whole bunch of fouls. Both teams have 6, so we might be seeing some free throws here in the second half, one would think.
Yeah, well, hopefully the our Wildcats, we don't call them the Wildcats. Hopefully the Wildcats can close this lead out, free throw by free throw. 8 minutes here. If I'm Carlson, I'm telling them to put your head down, go to the bucket, get fouled. They're going to be in your face, man-to-man, all over the floor. Do what you can to get a body, get a hand on you, and stop the clock, go shoot.
It's the Klostermans, Shellhorn, Benton, and Hanson out there for Central City to start the second half. Holtz, Cook, McShane, Orcutt, and Trenkamp out there for Mac Valley. Mac Valley has it first as Holtz crosses into the front court. Wildcats sitting in a 2-3. Cook has it left wing. Top of the key to Holtz. Back to McShane in the right wing. They'll give it into Orcutt in the corner. Dribbles around, now picks it up. Skip pass over to Cook left wing into the corner to McShane. Back to Cook, top of the key. High post to Trenkamp, but he was in the lane too long. 3-second violation called against Brock Trenkamp. It will be Central City basketball. Matthew Klosterman's going to bring it up for Central City. Crossing into the front court, guarded by Holtz. Uses a couple screens. Orcutt's there to get him. Attacking downhill, nice take. Jump stop inside to Benton. Pass is tipped around a little bit. He goes up with it. It is no good. Rolls around and out. But he was fouled. So Makai Benton will go to the line to shoot a pair of free throws for Central City. I think they got, nope, I was wrong there. They got Brock Trenkamp on the foul, and that is his second. So we'll see how long they go with him. Team foul number 7 against Mac Valley as Benton does get a friendly roll off the front of the rim into the hoop for his first free throw. It's Benton's first point of the night as 3 Wildcats, the ones in black and gold, that is, come over to the bench. Landon Dutemeyer, it looks like they're going to actually make him wait until the second free throw is shot. That one from Benton on the way is good. He makes both. That's now Cody Hager, Landon Dutemeyer, and Toby Grimm will check in for Maquoketa Valley. Trenkamp, Cook, and McShane will come out. 14-6 is our score. 7:23 to go in the second quarter. Or it should be 14-7. Because it was 14-5 before the free throws.
For 2 free throws.
And he made both. There we go.
There it is.
Vaughn's got it all figured out. Hager gives it over to Orcutt. Has it stolen away by Klosterman.
Aiden Klosterman, that is.
Good catch on that. Aiden Klosterman looking to get downhill. Picks up his dribble. Over to Shellhorn, right wing. Now into the corner to Aiden Klosterman. Good ball movement, but the three-pointer's just off the mark, and is rebounded by Hager.
Nice box out there by Orcutt on Benton.
Benton worked hard, but there was just no way he could get that board as it was a really nice box out. Grimm standing at the Wildcat scratch logo at midcourt. Now give it over to Hager in the left corner, left wing. Now top of the key to Grimm. Dutemeyer has it right wing. Skip pass left wing to Hager. It's too tall. Marcus Shellhorn gets the steal. He nearly throws it right back away, but Matthew Klosterman ends up with the pass. He's looking to get downhill. Now we'll slow things out a little bit. 6.5 minutes to go in the second quarter. Klosterman attacking downhill, puts it up. It's going to be no good. Oh, my goodness. What an unlucky roll that time for Matthew Klosterman. As he can't get the tough finish inside. Toby Grimm across half court to Holtz. Back to Grimm, top of the key. Orcutt left wing, dribbling right. Picks it up, bounce pass over to Holtz right wing. Top of the key to Grimm. Now Dutemeyer has it on the left wing. Holtz has it on the right wing. And they're content to just work it around to get a good shot. They get one there from Dutemeyer, but his three-pointer from the left wing is no good. And they are going to get Avery Holtz for a foul there. 90 feet away from the Central City basket. That is Holtz's second. Team foul number 8. And that will be free throws for Central City.
Yeah, that's how you claw back into it right here.
As Jaden Hanson makes his way down to the other end of the floor, and he will shoot a 1-and-1.
And we're looking at doubling our score here in the first minute of this quarter versus 8 straight minutes of playing, running our offense.
Hanson can't get the front end to go, so it's right back to Mac Valley. Grimm has the top of the key, swings it over to Dutemeyer, left wing. Now over to Holtz, and now Hager fakes the three. Attacking the rim, goes up with it. He takes a lot of contact inside. That might have been Benton's third as well.
I think that's going to be on Hanson.
Oh, you are right. That's a relief for Central City.
Yeah, well, it's only because Hanson fouled him first before Benton fouled him.
Benton definitely fouled him in there, but right, like you said, Hansen got him first. He was the first one there. So Hansen's first team foul, number 7. Both teams are over the limit, as Hager's first free throw is good, nothing but net. As he's got 3 points, chance to make it 4. He averages just shy of 10 a night. Second one on the way from Hager is good, so he makes both. And that makes it 16-7, 5.5 minutes to go until the half. Matthew Klosterman has it right wing, uses a couple screens, but the Mac Valley defense is so aggressive that didn't really even get there. Over to Shellhorn right wing. They're almost all denying Aiden Klosterman.
Yeah, they're trying to take the Klosterman boys out of the game for sure.
Hansen's going to sky up for a three-pointer. It's good. Jaden Hansen makes up for the missed free throw with 3 big points right there.
And that's how you settle the defense down. A couple more of those. And
going to show him you can't just focus on the Klostermans. As Lucas Orca has a shot blocked, they're going to call a foul on. I think they got Hansen too.
Yep. Hansen didn't like it. He thought he was all ball, but when you go out swinging your arms to tomahawk that, they're going to call it whether you touch him or not.
That's exactly what Carlson was telling him. As Coach Carlson, I saw him kind of waving his arms around, mimicking what he saw, as Lucas Orca has a high arcing free throw that goes in with nothing but net. Braden Rickles will replace Jaden Hansen as the sophomore has 2 fouls and will exit the game. Second free throw upcoming for Orcutt at 17-10, 5 minutes to go in the first half. That one on the way is short, rebounded by Rickles. And we've got a timeout called by Coach Carlson.
All this Orcutt talk reminds me of, I think it was a lunch. Trey Orcutt came in the gym with you and Nick Reed, and we played a little 2-on-2. And if I remember right, the short guys won, and I don't think you guys scored. So Nick could drop 71 against East Buck,
76.
or 76, sorry. And, you're about a foot taller than me, and we just, you guys want to blame it on your wearing your old man's shoes that didn't tie or whatever the excuse was. But all this Orcutt talk just, brings that memory back.
I remember what you're talking about. I do remember that game, and it's quite some time ago at this point.
Yeah, don't ever forget it, because I'll never let you.
And full disclosure, Rat gave me a fair warning that he was going to bring this up, and nice transition there with Lucas Orcutt, Trey Orcutt, Rat and Trey Orcutt.
Sneaking that in there.
Taking it to myself and Nick Reed.
11-0, I believe. Just a total shutout.
It was dominant performance, and I'll give Nick some credit there. I have to take the majority of the blame for that. Nick, of course, playing his basketball at Upper Iowa now, and I'm sitting here calling the game, so he's probably a little bit better than I am.
Probably the last basketball game I won, too. All right, inbounds here, 17-10, 5:56 to go. Matthew Klosterman's got it.
Matthew Klosterman left wing. He gives it, thought about giving it to Aiden. Now he gives it to Benton. He'll take a long 2, I believe it was. It's no good, but it's rebounded by Matthew Klosterman. Boy, he works hard in there. His fadeaway jumper inside is no good. It was last touched by Dutemeyer, I thought, but they're going to say last touch by Central City. It'll be Mac Valley ball.
Yeah, well, I think they're could have called a foul on Benton, and they'll just elect to keep the ball moving and call it out on him instead of the foul, which hopefully he realizes.
Grimm has it in the left wing for Mac Valley. Top of the key to Holtz. 4.5 minutes to go in the second quarter as they're going to get Toby Grimm for a traveling violation. And it will be Central City basketball.
That first shot was so smooth. If I was him, I'd have just pulled up and launched that one too.
Aiden Klosterman running the one this time for Central City. He gives it over to Matthew. Looks like a set play. Ends
Love
up in a
that
wide open
play.
layup, but Aiden Klosterman kind of short-armed it there. As
Perfect.
the 6'5" Cody Hager was coming in for the block. He didn't block it, but he did affect it, if nothing else, psychologically there for Aiden.
Perfect play call there coming out of the timeout and calling Redbird, and just didn't connect on it, but hopefully they come back to it. That's my favorite play that you guys got in the playbook.
Yeah, I always loved that one as well. Left wing to Holtz, now top of the key to Grimm. Bounce pass goes to Hager, right wing. Now they'll give it back to Grimm. Holtz attacking the baseline. He has it tipped out of his hands. One referee calls a jump ball, but I think he's going to get overruled, and they're going to call a foul.
That was unfortunate. I mean, Matt did have his hands on him, but it had nothing to do with him losing the ball and bailing him out.
That is
kind
going
of
to be
unfortunate there. But
Marcus Shellhorn's second, team foul number 9.
Wow. They called it on Shellhorn, even more different than what I thought it was going to be. We'll take it.
First one from Holtz is no good. We got a sub here for Central City as Dayton Price is going to make his first appearance in the game. The 6'2 sophomore. He's done a pretty solid job off the bench. He had a nice JV game earlier
tonight, too. Great JV
too.
game as the Wildcats, I don't know if it's an upset or what you call it, but really put it on the Mac Valley boys.
Second free throw is good from Holtz. He makes 1 of 2. And Brock Trentkamp is going to re-enter for Mac Valley, replacing Orcutt.
Price had a couple three-pointers in the last 2 minutes and pretty good defense and earned him some playing time. I like to see it.
Matthew Klosterman uses a couple screens. Now brings it back out top of the key. Nice spin move inside, puts it up with his left hand. It's going to roll around and through the hoop. As Matthew Klosterman's got some unlucky breaks tonight, finally gets a nice break there as that one rolls around and through. He's got 4. It's 18-12. It's still just a 6-point game, even though Mac Valley's felt like they've had the upper hand pretty much the whole time.
Hanging in there. That's what you need out of this young team, to just kind of keep creeping around and stay in it and give yourself a chance at the end.
Avery Holtz with a three-pointer. Got a good look, but it's no good. Good hustle inside. Braden Rickles picks it up just before it goes out of bounds.
Whew.
And Matthew Klosterman to bring it up. 3 minutes to go in the first half. Matthew Klosterman gets by his defender. He's doubled there inside. Top of the key to Rickles. Thinks about a 3 and over to Price. He has it on the left corner, or left wing rather. Hands it off to Klosterman. That's Matthew. Nice step back move by Matthew Klosterman. His three-pointer's just off the mark. It was a great move, but he couldn't get it to go as they're going to get, I think, Aiden over the back that time, as that'll put the Wildcats in the double bonus. Yeah. That is going to be Aiden's second foul, team foul number 10. And we'll take the long trip down the floor, and it'll be...
Unfortunately, those fouls are really makes that really a bad foul. You've done a nice job. We've held them to just 4 points this quarter. Is that? Or
4 points so far, yep.
Yeah, I mean, 6 minutes of basketball, and they just picked up a first free throw here and done a nice job on defense, and then we let them in it, trying to rebound a shot on our end of the floor.
So Toby Grimm is the player at the free throw line. He made his first. His second one is good as well, so he makes both. Give him 5. It's 20-12 as they stretch to an 8-point lead. Grimm will now come out. Lance McShane is going to replace him, as Mac Valley's going to put a little pressure on, but not too much. Aiden Klosterman's bringing it up for Central City, so maybe we're going to see some set play here, and it's going to go over to Matthew Klosterman. Uses a screen from Benton. Picks it up back to Benton, right wing. Over to Matthew Klosterman, guarded by Dutemeyer. Attacks the hoop, and they're going to get a foul on Dutemeyer. And that should be a 1-and-1 for Matthew Klosterman.
Rickles was able to get away from his defender and left him in the lane. We just couldn't find him out there.
That is Dutemeyer's first, team foul number 9, as Matthew Klosterman is at the free throw line shooting a 1-and-1. He can't get the front end to go. It's too short off front of the rim, and it's rebounded by Hager. Holtz is going to slowly bring it up the floor for Mac Valley. 2:20 to go in our second quarter. Skips it across half court to McShane. Now back to Holtz, standing at the midcourt logo. Dutemeyer, right wing. Skips it over to McShane. He'll take a three-pointer from the left wing. That is no good. Hit the backboard. It's rebounded by Trentkamp. His putback's no good. It's tipped around, up for grabs, and Matthew Klosterman gets it. 2 minutes to play until the half as Klosterman crosses into the front court. Over to Price, left wing. Dribbling right, hands it off to Aiden Klosterman. Attacking left, spins around, bounce pass over to Matthew Klosterman. Skies up for a three-pointer from the right wing, and it is good. Matthew Klosterman puts in a three-pointer. He's got 7, and we're back within 5 here, 20-15, with a minute and a half to go until the halftime break. Holtz crosses into the front court, now into the corner to Trentkamp. He'll take a three-pointer. That's going to be well short, and it's rebounded by Rickles. Central City basketball as Klosterman has the top of the key. That is Matthew. Now we're going to have another set play here. Matthew Klosterman uses a screen from Benton. Price sets another one there. Over to Price, top of the key. He's looking around. Gives it over to Rickles. Now back to Matthew Klosterman, guarded by Dutemeyer. And we hear Coach Carlson call another set play.
And you said it perfect that The Wildcats just kind of hanging around, and
And
bam! Now
Benton
it's
gets
getting
a
closer.
bucket to go and a foul. A free throw could get Central City within 2 with 53 seconds to go until the half. That's 4 on the night for Benton, and that is the 3rd foul called against Trentcamp. We'll have TJ Cook entering the game for Trentcamp. We also had, I believe it was Grimm re-entering for Holtz. Benton going to the line to shoot the and one free throw. It's on the way, and it is good. Benton's got 5. It's 20-18 with 50 seconds to go until the half. Cook has it right wing, top of the key. Now over to McShane left wing, into the corner to Dutemeyer. He's guarded by Rickles. We've got 40 seconds till the half. Grimm over to Cook, standing just behind the volleyball line. McShane right wing. Gives it over to Grimm. Standing at the CC logo. We've got 30 seconds. They look content to hold it out for one shot. Over to Dutemeyer, now back to Grimm. They might just play a little bit of catch here for about 20 seconds. McShane gives it back to Grimm. Down to 15 seconds to go until the half. Coach Connor calls a play for Mac Valley. McShane uses the screen from Cook. Over to Dutemeyer. He's attacking the baseline. Nice take. His layup's no good. Rebounded by Price. 5 seconds. Wildcats have time for a shot. Matthew Klosterman running the floor. Pulls up. Three-pointer on the way.
No!
It's good! Matthew Klosterman beats the buzzer. And Central City goes into the half with the lead. Whew! That's 10 points for Matthew Klosterman. And the Wildcats take their first lead of the night at the halftime buzzer. It's 21-20. Through a half of basketball here from Central City. The good Wildcats are on top. And how about that? They were.
Oh man, we talked about the crowd earlier, and you could hear. I don't know if you guys could hear it. Our student section was chanting, a countdown with 10 seconds to go, and they started it with actually about 20 seconds, and I think it forced Mac Valley to throw up a shot off a little early. We got the ball up the floor with 3 seconds to go on the rebound, and Matthew Klosterman able to connect from the left elbow. I elbowed you. I'm sorry. There's no workman's comp in this league, but
I think I'll be all right.
yeah, I sometimes just need to hit something, especially when something like that happens. I mean, God, why could that was like March Madness, Gus Johnson call there for you. I ruined it by yelling.
Oh, I think it'll be quite all right.
Oh well. You'll have to find some more game tape for your job apps down the road.
Well, I do enough games. I've got quite a few tapes going.
You might find some more, huh? We've got the youth basketball boys coming out here now with a 10-minute halftime. Gonna recognize these little guys, kindergarten through 6th grade.
So that was a 9-0 run for Central City to end the half. They were down 20-12 before putting up 9 straight to go into the halftime with a 21-20 lead. It's like we said, they just stuck around long enough that they're able to get right back in it, and they're going to go into the half with the lead. Like you said, the boys out here now. The girls are out here in the girls' halftime. Now the young men out here see some dabbing going on.
Yeah, there's a couple of dabs. Noticed that too. I didn't know that was still a thing.
It's probably taken a little bit longer to get out of style for the younger kids, perhaps. So while they're finishing up the introductions of these young men, young Wildcat athletes, take a look at some first half stats. It was Landon Dutemeyer, kind of a interesting one to lead the way for Mac Valley in that first half, as he had 6. Toby Grimm then had 5. Cody Hager had 4. Avery Holtz, who averages a team high for Makoko Valley, he averages 12.2 a night. He only had 3 in that first half. And then Lucas Orcutt had a free throw there to round out the Mac Valley scoring. Brock Trentcamp has 3 fouls from Makoko Valley, and then Toby Grimm, Avery Holtz, and Lucas Orcutt all have 2, and then Landon Dutemeyer has 1.
Holy moly. Another half.
Can you believe we still got another half to go?
That was an emotional roller coaster.
Let's not forget this. I've got a whole other game tomorrow night.
Yeah, it's true. Well, I'm going to be on the road with the junior high boys clear out in Preston. So
Well, that's a nice trip there.
oh yeah, I think we get out of school at like I don't know 1:30 to make that 4 o'clock tip off. Somehow they just are in our conference and district, and we always go there.
I remember when I was in middle school, we never played Easton Valley. We would play Springville, Midland, Albernet, Edco.
Yeah, I think the conference
Mac
has
Valley maybe.
probably done a nice job by the conference to get teams playing each other. So it's not the same 4 or 5 teams. You know, you're not doing a home and away with those teams, although I really do like the home and away, especially at the junior high level. Like, I mean, look at this game. We played up there. It was a blowout. Playing down here, and we hit a buzzer beater going into half to take the lead. The girls lost on a buzzer beater up there, and then a 16-point lead at home. You know, sometimes it's just kind of nice to have that option. And I get it, but oh well.
Can't play every team twice necessarily, but I really do like how the Tri-Rivers does it. All 7 teams on our side will get
a home and
one
away.
One matchup with us, or 2 matchups with us, 1 at home, 1 on the road. And then for the other side, there's 7 teams. And also, so right now, I just thought of this, 8 teams in the West and 7 in the East. If I'm not mistaken, it's going to be 8 and 8 next year. I think it's going to be North Cedar joining the Tri-Rivers.
Yep, North Cedar joins. And
so that'll be, I've played North Cedar probably basketball. I don't think I ever played them, but I announced a basketball game against them last year. And then we ran track up there a couple times, but not really school we're really used to seeing. So that'll be interesting to see some fresh blood in the Tri-Rivers Conference.
Yeah,
we won't see them a whole lot because they'll be in the East. But
yeah, we'll get a crossover game here or there, but that'll open the door for baseball games and track meets and different things that we will probably see them in. And boy, I don't know anything about them. I mean, they're out of sight, out of mind. I know they're from like Stanwood. That's about all I can tell you. They're purple, I think.
Purple and
the Knights,
teal
silver?
Type blue, I think, and silver. Yeah, North Cedar Knights is correct. And then kind of got off track here a little bit. Some Wildcat numbers from that first half. Central City, that is. Matthew Klosterman had 10, including, how about that buzzer-beating 3?
He's
and
got
he had
his season average.
He could have had a whole bunch more if he hadn't had some unlucky rolls there.
Yeah.
So it's just a really nice half from him.
He had a nice stretch up at Mac Valley, too. Kind of a slow first half, and then came out, I think, I'm trying to think if he scored the first 10 points for the Cats coming out of halftime or something along that line. It was a pretty good showing. So hopefully that match, I mean, you looked at the matchup when they shook hands. I felt like we had the upper hand there. So hopefully if they're going to play that man-to-man, get out to where they're taking themselves out of position to help, it really opens the door for Matthew to have a big game. So hopefully he keeps it up.
And Mackay Benton had 5. That included a huge and 1 where he was bumped on a floater from just inside the free throw line and then made his free throw as well.
He earned those 5.
He did.
Those first couple possessions, every time he touched the ball, their coach was not happy he even put his hands on it. And I feel like they took out the starter that was guarding him in the first 2 minutes, and he got an earful. So they must have been working on really denying Mackay the ball and trying to not let our offense run through him. So we'll see what happens here in the second half. It'll be interesting.
And then Marcus Shellhorn and Jaden Hansen both had 3 to round out the Central City scoring. So points didn't come from a whole lot of areas. In fact, Aiden Klosterman scoreless. When you can have a kid that averages 10 a game go scoreless in a half and you're up 1, that's something you'll take. Aiden's not going to go scoreless for a whole night. He'll get something going there in that second half.
No, he's going to get a couple threes in a row and really help us extend that lead.
It's about 2:40 to go until our second half as both teams are getting some shots up. Mac Valley went very cold late in that second quarter, so we'll see what they look like coming out of the half.
Yeah, it'd be interesting. I mean, they had some free throws, but they have many field goals there in the second quarter. I don't feel like there was one or two maybe, and I think the rest was at the free throw line.
It was a very, very quiet quarter. In fact, they only had 6 points that entire quarter, while we managed to put up a full 16 points.
Yeah, at least 2 of those were free throws by the point guard there. So, yeah, they maybe only had 1 or 2 field goals.
Really nice defensive showing from Central City.
The iguanas are going to start falling out of the trees. It's so cold.
Anybody tuning in that wasn't listening for the girls' game is definitely very confused right now.
Yeah, well,
That's all right.
if they know me, they're probably used to it by now.
So clock continues to roll down. Got about a minute and a half before we get our second half underway as Mac Valley's made their way back over to the bench. Central City will do so as well. I've noticed Coach Carlson calling a whole bunch of set plays. And I remember my senior year when he was talking to the upcoming upperclassmen when I would graduate, he told them they were going to be running a whole bunch of set plays for the foreseeable future with the loss of, a Nick Reed that can just get it done for you by himself.
Right.
Trying to get kids in positions that maybe they couldn't get to without the help from their teammates.
Especially with the defense like what you've seen, just to have everybody on the same page, knowing what set goes a long ways.
And there's been a lot of ones that have really worked well.
Yeah, we've had some good looks. We've had some unfortunate rolls, but tell you what, that last one was an unfortunate roll. That was right down Broadway. We'll take that. 47 seconds to go here, halftime. Wildcats getting ready to come out and win this second half too.
Should be in for a good second half. Wildcats with a 1-point advantage, 21-20 off of Matthew Klosterman's buzzer-beating 3 to go into the locker rooms. And if nothing else, that should give Central City not just a 1-point lead, but just a huge momentum boost as we come into the second half.
If we win this game, David, you and I are calling every postseason game for the foreseeable future for Wildcats because we make history knocking off Mac Valley girls. This would be a pretty big game to knock off the Delhi Cats. So right now, Karth, if you're listening, David and I have got the postseason if this goes down.
No complaints from me as the Wildcats of Central City are back on the floor. The Klostermans, Hanson, Benton, and Shellhorn to start. Mac Valley's going to go with Grimm, Orcutt, Hager, Dutemeyer, and Holtz. So minus Trenkamp plus Orcutt for Mac Valley. Central City ball to start as it'll be Matthew Klosterman bringing it into the front court as our third quarter is underway. Klosterman has it right wing. Dribbling left now. Short corner to Benton. He'll take a pull-up mid-range jumper. It's good. Makai Benton comes out ready to go.
That's what we needed.
Knocks out the baseline mid-range jumper. 23-20. Wildcats up 3 with 20 seconds gone in our third quarter of play. Grimm swings over to Dutemeyer left wing. Back to Grimm. Over to Holtz right wing, looking to get downhill. Now into the corner to Hager. Top of the key to Grimm, fakes a pass, back to Holtz right wing, thinks about a 3, thinks better of it, back to Grimm, looking to get downhill. Gets past one guy, but Shellhorn's right there, over to Orcutt. Now Holtz has a look at a 3, but he doesn't take it. Dutemeyer's gonna take an open look from 3. He can't get it to go. Shellhorn secures the rebound, and Central City gets the stop on defense. Matthew Klosterman to bring it up.
I was worried about Dutemeyer there. He hit that one in the first half, and you just kind of watch that zone getting flipped around. I'm like, he's gonna have a look, and eventually got it to him, but no good. Now Makai's got it and kicks it out to Jaden Hanson.
And we've got a whistle here, and they're going to call Benton for 3 seconds in the lane. So that'll be a turnover there.
Almost feel like there's a little less intensity, and they're trying to get the Wildcats to shoot the ball outside instead of forcing it going to the bucket and getting any more foul trouble.
Maybe they felt they were a little over-aggressive in that first half.
That's what it looks like.
Looks like Mac Valley with their own set play. Ends up with Holtz in the right corner. Now over to Grimm, left wing. Splits a double team. Now down low to Orcutt. He'll give it over to Dutemeyer. Gets around one guy, puts it up. Wild shot, hits the bottom of the net. No good. Rebounded by Shellhorn. He gives it over to Matthew Klosterman. Klosterman into the front court. Top of the key guarded by Holtz. Nice take to the rim, puts it up. And they're going to get a blocking foul. Referee really drawed out the
it was
call
going
on
to be
that.
a charge, going to be a block. Everybody kind of went quiet there waiting for the call.
That foul will be on Cody Hager. His first team foul, number 1. As Matthew Klosterman going to the line for a couple free throws. First one on the way from Matthew is going to be no good. A little strong, a little off to the left as well, just off the back iron. He'll get one more. It's 23-20. We've got 6:13 to go in our third quarter. Second one on the way for Matthew. That is no good. Rattles around now, but Benton gets the offensive rebound. Over to Aiden Klosterman. Dribbling to his right. Spin move, loses it for a second. It's loose now, and Holtz ends up with it. Holtz 2-on-2 fast break. Now some more numbers come for Central City. Over to Dutemeyer. And it's good. Landon Dutemeyer gets the basket to go.
That's not the
And
foul
they're
you
going to
want.
get Marcus Shellhorn for the foul. They got him in the air with the pump fake, and then he just was already up there with nothing else he could do.
Yeah, if you're going to foul there, don't let him get the shot off, because now you got a chance to tie it up. And like you said, they've been struggling to put any points on. And now they're going to get one at the free throw line and ties it up 23-23. Inbound goes to Matthew Klosterman. Presses back on here.
Bringing up the floor for Central City, as that was Shellhorn's third. Aiden Klosterman into the front court, back to Matthew. We're all tied up at 23 apiece as Matthew has the top of the key over to Aiden on the right wing. Attacking the hoop, nice take, but it's blocked by Orcutt, and he pulls in the rebound. As now he'll look to take it up himself, now gives it over to Grimm. Mac Valley has it back. Grimm guarded by Klosterman, that's Aiden out there. Now over to Dutemeyer, into the corner to Holtz. Hansen playing defense, left wing to Grimm. Now back to Holtz. Tried to get down low to Hager. They're going to get Benton for a foul. They kind of got tangled up, did Hager and Benton. It's going to end up with Mackay Benton getting called for his third foul. Team foul number 2. And Mac Valley getting underneath their hoop. Holtz is going to throw it in. Gets it in Dutemeyer, left corner. Now Grimm has it on the left wing. Top of the key to Hager. He'll take it straight on 3. It's good, but they call a traveling violation. No argument from Coach Connor. He saw it as well.
Didn't know if that was going to be a makeup call or kind of an unfortunate foul there on Benton. That's not the guy you want to pick up one of those fouls, but kind of got tripped and ended up landing on his guy. And
Benton has it left corner now. Nearly traveled, but he keeps his pivot foot as he gives it over to Aiden Klosterman. Over to Hansen. He'll take a three-pointer. Right wing is no good off the glass. Rebounded by Dutemeyer. He's going to give it to Holtz, and Holtz will give it to Grimm. Grimm crosses into the front court. He's guarded by Matthew Klosterman. Dribbling to his left. Double team comes, and they're going to get a foul in there on Central City. I think they got Matthew for it.
Yeah, they're going to get mad on body.
It's going to be his second, team foul number 3. As Mac Valley will throw it in from in front of their own bench. Dutemeyer is going to throw it in for Mac Valley. Gets it into Grimm. He'll give it over to Holt on the left wing. Down low to Orcutt. Takes one dribble, top of the key to Grimm. Dribbling left. Passes tips, nearly stolen by Benton. It's tipped around again off the face of Holtz and ends up in the hands of Marcus Shellhorn, who gives it to Matthew Klosterman. The ball was all over the place there.
Tipped by about 17 guys out there. Thank God we finally got it, because a couple of those opportunities I really thought we had it. Now Benton's going to take a 3 from the left wing.
He's
going to knock it
Four-point
down.
opportunity for Central City. Mackay Benton, how about that?
Yeah, you don't get a lot of those opportunities to hit a 4-point shot. Let's see if he can connect here. That was huge.
That puts him in double figures with 10 as TJ Cook is going to re-enter for Mac Valley. Landon Dutemeyer comes out for picking up his second foul.
That's good. I like what I've seen from Dutemeyer, so I really like to see him sitting down right now. Hopefully we can get a little run. No good on the 4-point play, so we'll take a 3-point lead with 4 minutes to go in the third quarter.
Grimm bringing it up for Mac Valley. As that was a huge three-pointer there from Benton to completely flip the momentum that the Central City looked like they might have been losing there for a moment. Grimm's going to dribble to his left a little bit. Not in any hurry here with 4 minutes to go in the third quarter. Top the key to Holtz. Now back to Grimm left wing, dribbling left. Down low to Cook. Shellhorn kind of loses his footing there. He goes up with it. Cook's shot's no good. Rebounded by Orcutt. Three-pointer on the way from Holtz is no good, but Grimm gets the rebound. Now Holtz gets it, and they're going to reset. Holtz looking to get past Matthew Klosterman. Jumps right into Marcus Shellhorn, and that is going to be a foul on Shellhorn. His fourth. So he'll have to come out as Braden Rickles comes over to the scorer's table. And Avery Holtz will go to the line to shoot 2 for Mac Valley.
I didn't realize Shellhorn had 4 already.
Unfortunately, he does, as the first free throw from Holtz is no good. Braden Rickles enters the game. Shellhorn's going to come out. Price also comes into the up to the scorer's table. He will replace Jaden Hansen, so they're going to try to replace the lost size of Shellhorn with Price, who's a little bit bigger than Rickles. Holtz set to attempt his second free throw. He missed the first. That one on the way is good. Give him 10, or excuse me, give him 4, as it is 26-24, and we've got a timeout on the floor.
All right, Heartland Bank represents a new approach to banking in Iowa. Expanded services, more technology, and increased personal attention. Heartland Bank is proud to sponsor Central City Sports. Member FDIC.
So a 2-point advantage for Central City, 3:41 to go in our third quarter, but Shellhorn did just leave the game with his 4th foul, and he's a key player inside for Central City.
That's going to be interesting to see if we can make up for that size. I don't say we really match up well with their size, so we need all the help we can get on some tall dudes being out there. And Shellhorn picking up his 4th with 3.5 to go in the third quarter. That hurts. But hopefully we can make up for what we lose in height with hustle, and we can stay out and keep playing. I mean, we're playing good defense. 24 points we've given up in 2.5 quarters. So.
And 14 of those came in the first quarter. Since then, it's been 10 points for over a quarter and a half.
Yeah, they hit, 2 threes, but one by Dumeyer and Grimm. And, I mean, that's half the points right there. And done a nice job defensively since.
Central City back on the floor as it's going to be the close wins with Rickles, Benson, and Price.
If we could have stopped that offensive rebound on the last possession, then they wouldn't have had those free throw opportunities. And Shellhorn wouldn't have his foul, so he should have boxed out.
Full court press being applied by Mac Valley as they take care of it. Matthew Closerman sends it across half court to Price. Now Matthew has the top of the key, dribbling to his left over to Rickles. Thought about an open 3. They're not even going to guard him out there. Inside to Benson, touch foul before the shot.
How you like that matchup down there? Grimm slides down. He's 5'8" on the roster. I think that's generous against Mackay, who's 6'3". So.
And that is Grimm's
foul.
3rd, by the way.
Oh, get the little sniper out.
Team foul number 3, a little short jumper there from Benton's just off the mark. Price with the rebound. His putback's no good. Gets it back, goes up with it, and he's going to go to the free throw line for a pair of shots.
Yeah, that's what, we said make up for height with hustle, and right there he got himself 2 offensive rebounds and gets another important foul. That one's on, who's that, 34?
34 is going to be Hager, I believe. It's going to be his 2nd. He's the big 6'5" kid.
Yeah, we want to get that sophomore out.
Nice free throw there from Dayton Price. And that's a young man that was not on varsity like probably 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, he's not. He's earning it in practice.
He's not the most skilled basketball player, but he has developed a nice jumper from what I've seen.
He's been doing a lot of nice things recently.
And those 2 free throws looked very nice. He knocks both of them down, and it's a 4-point lead. He
was a topic of discussion at the lunch table the other day, so he's coming around.
Those free throws were both perfect from Price, as it's a 4-point Central City lead. McShane has it left wing. Traveling violation called on Lance McShane, and Central City will get it back.
That's that defense. We'll take it.
And I'll tell you what, Price being able to come in off the bench when our 2 bigs they're going to end up with foul trouble at some point. When he can come in and help out, that is just huge. Benton, 3-pointer is good. Mackay Benton skies up for 3. The bench loves it. We love it up here as well.
I don't know if we like the shot on the first pass, but we'll take it. Every time those go in, it's a great shot.
Can't argue with results, I guess. Like you said, not the best shot in theory, but it worked out that time. It's 31-24, 7-point advantage for Central City. Top of the key to Holtz. We've got 2.5 minutes to go in our third quarter. McShane fakes the 3, back to Holtz, top of the key. Attacking downhill, pull-up jumper from Holtz on the way, is going to rattle around and out, rebound, tipped around, Benson picks it up. Great box out there from Rickles to avoid the taller player from getting the board. Matthew Closerman across half court over to Aiden.
Boy, I'm not going to tell Mac Valley, but I really like since they've gone to this zone. I don't know why they're still in it, and they're not in that big of foul trouble, and we've been scoring pretty effectively until we just traveled there, but what do I know? I start to talk, and then we turn it over, but I don't know. I feel like since they've gone to that, we've had a little more offensive success, especially compared to that defense we saw early in the game.
Toby Grimm re-enters the game. He's playing with 3 fouls here as he kicks it across half court to Cook. Right corner to Holtz. Now over to Grimm on the left wing. Holtz running all over the place trying to get open. He has it in the left corner now. Down low to Orcutt. Top of the key to Grimm. He'll take a 3-pointer straight on. That's going to roll around and just does take a nice friendly roll into the hoop. He's got 8. It's 31-27 with 1.5 minutes to go in our third quarter.
Right here. Take it right at him. Get a foul.
Rickles has it now into the left corner to Benton. Backs up. Thought about a fadeaway jumper. Probably makes a smart move there to send it out instead. Price, right wing. He thought about a 3. He hit a couple of them in the JV game. Matthew Closerman has it now over to Aiden. High post to Benton. Mid-range jumper on the way from Makai Benton. He gets it to go. How about 15 for the sophomore? It's 33-27.
So quiet 15.
He's done it just
Most of this
efficiently.
half,
He
really.
hasn't really forced anything. It's kind of like when you watch Keegan Murray play. He'll end up with 25 points. You don't know when he scored.
You blink and all of a sudden he's got double-double.
Right corner to Holtz. It's 33-27, under a minute to go in our third quarter. Cook has it, now high post to Holtz. Over to Grimm, he'll take another three. Good closeout by Aiden. It does affect the shot enough to miss. Benton pulls down the rebound, and Matthew Klosterman's gonna slow it up.
Great defensive possession there for the Wildcats. Now Matt's got it, he's gonna go down the lane. Kick it out to his brother. Here's a shot at a three, no good. Don't get a foul, Dayton, and he does. The guy's 4 inches taller than you. He had you boxed out, just let him get it and get back on D, but
Dayton picks up a bad one there, but it's just his first and team foul number 5, so not one you want, of course, but could have been worse if we had a different foul situation.
He knew it as soon as he did it, but something in his mind said, I'm going to get that ball. I'm glad he's working hard.
It's the instinct to want to go get the basketball. Unfortunately, didn't work out that time, but you love the effort as the Mac Valley Wildcats have it across half court with 15 seconds to go until the end of the third.
I'm good with them holding for a last shot here. Better
Grimm.
know where Grimm's at. Now there's Orcutt down low. He's going to get an easy look.
It's a nice, tough finish inside by Lucas Orcutt. His first field goal. Matthew Klosterman's going to run it up the floor. How about another one, Matt? It's going to be blocked by Holtz instead. Hager pulls it in. He chucks up a half-court shot well after the buzzer and slams it off the backboard. That is going to do it for 3 quarters of basketball. It's anybody's game. Central City 33, Mac Valley 29.
Yeah. All right. Heartland Bank is a full-service community bank. We believe in meeting the needs of our customers while exceeding their expectations. Banking is personal to each individual. That's why we provide options for your life. Member FDIC, Heartland Bank and Trust Company.
So Wildcats of Central City lead it by 4 here with 8 minutes to play. This is a team that beat them by almost 30 points just over a month ago in Delhi. We'll change of scenery, some more action for these young Wildcats.
Tell you what, right there, you kind of just hit at it. When you're that young, every chance you get to play makes a big difference. And, you know, once you've seen a team once, and you have, I mean, yeah, they see the scouting report, but when you're young and don't really understand it, when you get to experience it, and a month ago, that's a lot of basketball. Right now, we've got a lot of games, so we've had a little bit of maturity, and you know we haven't had a lot of I hate to say young mistakes. So let's hope we don't want to jinx us here. But Wildcats are playing good, up 4 with 1 quarter to go. Here we go.
Mac Valley ball to begin our 4th and final quarter. Cook has it on the right wing, guarded by Aiden Klosterman. Top of the key to Grimm. Now Holtz on the left wing, goes into the left corner. Now back to Grimm, fakes a pass. Holtz left corner, top of the key to Grimm, right wing. Now down low to Hager. Hager takes one hard dribble. He's in no man's land down there. Gets it over to Cook. 3-pointer on the way is going to be no good. Rebounded by Price. He gets another one, and it's Central City ball. Matthew Klosterman bringing it up the floor for the Wildcats. He's in no hurry here as they're going to call a set here from the sideline.
Really impressed with what Price has done so far when he's got his opportunity this game.
He's had great minutes off the bench. He's going to sky up for a 3-pointer top of the key. It's just off the mark, off front of the rim, rebounded by Hager.
If that would have went in,
it's posted behind by Aiden Klosterman. He gives it to his brother, who fakes a volleyball line 3. Carlson almost had a panic attack over there.
That's not probably what you want, but here goes
Hansen with a nice take to the
Hansen.
rim. He puts it up. It's good. Jaden Hansen, what a move to the rim. He gets his second field goal, his first 2. He had a 3 in the first half. And he's not been overly aggressive so far when he's been in, so I love to see that take.
That's a great take.
Fantastic take. Got around the defender and put it up off the glass.
Yeah, right down the middle of the zone, right down Broadway.
Holtz can't get that one to go.
Look at the hustle on the other end.
What a fight from Hansen on the other end. Forces a jump ball, and it'll be Wildcat basketball. As Hager 6'5", Hansen 6 feet. So that's a 5-inch height differential he's given up.
At least on that. And tell you what, if that wouldn't have been such a quick whistle, Hansen was able to wrestle it away. But here we are, get it into Matt Klosterman. Man-to-man press, so this should be do-it-yourself.
That's what Carlson always yells, get out of there, let him take it himself. Matthew Klosterman's a good enough ball handler. He can get out of there by himself, and he did. Lucas Orcutt's pressing out on him now. He's attacking downhill, spins around over to Aiden Klosterman, fakes a 3, nice move. He's going to look to get downhill. Inside to Benton, he goes up with it. It's no good, but he's fouled. And Makai Benton's going to go to the line to shoot a pair of free throws for Central City.
That's just a good possession, working it inside. Get that, get your post player a nice look and a foul, because
And that is going to be the third foul on Lucas Orcutt. And that's also team foul number 5, as Makai Benson will go to the line to shoot a pair for Central City. First one on the way is good. That's 16 on the night for the sophomore, as Landon Dutemeyer is going to re-enter the game. He will replace TJ Cook, a senior replacing a freshman. As Benton will shoot one more. That one on the way is good as well. Huge free throws from Benton. He's got 17. It's 37-29. Wildcats up by 8 with just over 6 minutes to go. Grimm has it in the front court. Over to Dutemeyer, right wing. Now back to Grimm. He's standing at the left wing, guarded by Matthew Klosterman. High post to Hager. Turn around, fakes a jumper, goes up, jump stop, puts it up. It's going to be no good. Too strong, gets his own rebound, goes back up, and it is good.
That's unfortunate. That was great defense there, but
Cody Hager
outduted.
He's just too big on that occasion, as there wasn't a whole lot they could do, as he just went up and got the offensive board. Timeout called by Coach Connor of Mac Valley. 30 seconds is the timeout. 5:53 to play in the game. 37-31 Central City.
Whew.
It's been quite the game here so far.
This 5 minutes and 53 seconds is going to be about 3 years.
At the very least, it's going to take 3 years off of somebody's life with all the stress.
Yeah, I mean, I've watched a lot of Central City basketball, been on the bench, been on the court, been all over the place in the stands, and not a lot of opportunities to sweep Mac Valley, so this one's hitting pretty close to home. It'd be, I don't know.
This has been a special night already from Central City, just getting the win in the girls' game. How about a cherry on top with the boys pulling off the upset? They're just under 6 minutes away from having that happen, but they've still got a lot of work to do.
A lot can go everywhere right now.
Aiden Klosterman has it just across half court after a kind of a wild pass was wrangled in by his brother Matthew. Into the corner to Hanson. He'll take a wide open three-pointer from the right corner.
Bang!
He gets it to go!
Let's go, Cats!
Jaden Hanson with another huge three.
He's been quiet all day, like you said, but
a quiet 8 points for Hanson. It's 40-31, 5.5 minutes to play. Faked mid-range jumper from Holtz. He throws it away, and Central City gets it back. He tried to get it into Hager, but he was too far inside. That pass was never going to get through.
Sometimes they just don't know they're not supposed to be in games. That's what you love about young guys.
Inbounds. Yeah, try telling them they're not supposed to beat Mac Valley tonight.
Right. Good luck.
Left wing to Benton. He almost thought about a pull-up jumper there. I was going to pull it out instead, and we got a timeout called by Coach Carlson. Probably a good timeout there to settle the nerves, and he's telling Benton just slow it down. We're good.
We're going to be fine.
So 5:11 remaining in our fourth quarter. It's 40-31. Central City on top by 9.
You know, what's funny here is we've talked about Dayton Price, coming in and giving us some really good minutes. I am responding to my third text of people in the crowd asking, who is 42 and why have I never seen him before? So.
And I heard some, it might have been you, it might have been somebody else got asked before the game. Yeah. Who's 42? That was the JV game.
Yeah, that was the JV game. So, Dayton Price having himself a night.
And
if we haven't said that enough.
Just a sophomore.
Yep, just a sophomore, getting I don't want to say his first varsity experience, but really getting his first major.
He hasn't played this many minutes all year. This is a huge trial by fire for him, and it's worked out pretty good. And nice move there by Benton. That's wise from the sophomore, as Klosterman kind of threw that pass away, but Hager tipped it when he could have just let it go out of bounds, and Benton, instead of trying to take a risky play and save it, he just lets it roll out, so Central City gets to keep it. Price topped the key. He thought about a three, but
he wanted to. And any other moment, I would have said good choice, but
has it tipped away there, and Central City turns it over. Marcus Shellhorn's going over to the scorer's table. Yeah, Holtz has it right wing.
Shellhorn's been sitting out most of the second half with that 4 fouls, and he's going to probably come in for Price, I'm guessing.
Orcutt, nice take to the hoop, finishes inside. Tough take inside by Lucas Orcutt. He's got 5. It's a 7-point game, 40-33 Central City. Aiden Klosterman running the one for the Wildcats. Over to Hanson, left wing, guarded by Dutemeyer.
I'd like to see a set play here called out by the boys.
Matthew Klosterman has it, leaves a screen from Hanson. He's double teamed, spins around, over to Price, left corner. Back to Klosterman. He loses it. It's out of bounds off of Holtz. So Central City will keep it. Marcus Shellhorn's going to check into the game for Central City, and Dayton Price will come out. Some great minutes by Dayton Price as he will go to the bench. Shellhorn back into the game playing with 4 fouls. Inbounds pass goes to Benton, guarded by Orcutt. Goes behind his back but loses it. He dives on the floor for it. Great hustle to get it back. Gives it to Aiden Klosterman.
Yep, took a timeout there. That's nothing wrong. We ended up with a missed layup anyways, so Mackay was able to dive for the ball and get on top of it, and Carlson took a timeout as he passed it off to Aiden, and Aiden had a chance at a bucket down the lane, but hey, for once, you know, usually when coach calls a timeout in that instance, the bucket's good, but it really looks like a good timeout when it wasn't good. So
4:10 to play in the game. It's 40-33 Central City. It's been a minute since our last timeout. It feels like more than that.
Yeah, I feel like we said that a year. That year comment was a couple months ago, and it's been a minute. Ugh.
We're coming up on 3 hours of our broadcast, and what a 3 hours it has been.
It's been pretty exciting 3 hours.
It's been a fun night here in Central City. Love to see it from a young team up 7 in the game on paper they shouldn't be in.
I was super pumped to let you do all the work, and then when the Cats come out and play like this, I'm even more excited. Oh,
that inbounds pass going to be turned over. Cody Hager comes up with the steal. A little miscommunication. Coach Carlson disappointed in that one. But
I don't think he liked that pass. But
Dutemeyer has it right wing, top of the key. Now over left wing to Holtz. Back to Grimm, top of the key. He'll look to get downhill, spins around, now gives it over to Dutemeyer, right wing. Under 4 minutes to go in the game.
Don't lose Orcutt. Orcutt's cutting, doing a nice job inside.
Holtz attacking downhill. Marcus Shellhorn is going to be done for the night. Dayton Price is going to have to come back in. No, they're going to go Rickles instead. As that is going to be the 5th and final foul called on Marcus Shellhorn.
That's too bad, too, because...
And he will leave the game with 3 points in the night. Hit a big 3 early on just in that left corner there.
Well, he hit the first shot of the game, right? It was that
yeah, he tied it up at 3 apiece. So that's a 6th-team foul as Rickles re-enters. Inbounds pass goes to Grimm, left wing. Thought about a 3. Now over to Hager. Inside to Orcutt. Back to Dutemeyer. He's looking to get downhill. Back to Holtz. He'll take a 3-pointer. That one on the way from Holtz is no good. Rebounded by Benton. Central City basketball as he hands it off to Matthew Klosterman. Brings it across half court. And now they'll look to reset as they got a bump called against Mac Valley. Both teams are one away from being over the limit.
It's going to come in huge down the stretch.
That one went against Avery Holtz, leading scorer, averaging 12 a night. He's got 4 on the night so far, and that was his 3rd foul. Both teams have 6. Aiden Klosterman goes to the rim, puts it up. Ooh. It is no good, but he gets the foul called. And Aiden Klosterman to go to the line to shoot 2 for Central City. He has a chance to get into the scorers column. He hasn't done so far tonight.
Yeah, who would have thought we'd be talking about Aiden in the, 3.5 to go in the 4th quarter. Hasn't scored yet. He's going to get the chance here. He got matched up with Grimm, and I'm glad he put his head down and went to the bucket.
Aiden gets the first one to go, and that is the 4th foul called on Toby Grimm. Team foul number 7.
And he's
Grimm's going to come out.
That's big because that takes a shooter off.
Trenkamp's going to come into the game. He started. I don't think he's played in the second half.
No, he hasn't played much. Orcutt came in for him and knocks down that one. Nice job there. 9-point lead, Warrington.
42-33. Holtz bounce pass to Dutemeyer, loses it but gets it back. Over to Trenkamp. Probably okay letting him shoot.
Don't say that.
Baseline.
Oh, what a weak call.
They're going to get Rickles for just a little bit of a touch foul there.
We're really struggling with that baseline defense.
Dutemeyer does a good job of getting baseline.
Yeah,
he really does.
He does. I mean, he's long and lengthy. He's pretty quick.
Dutemeyer gets the front end of the 1-and-1 to go. So give him 10 in the night. It's been a pretty nice night for the senior. It's an 8-point game with 3:11 to play. Both teams have 7 fouls, and Rickles just picked up his 2nd. Dutemeyer gets both free throws to go. Give him 11.
Get it in.
It's 42-35. Inbounds pass goes to Aiden Klosterman. Dutemeyer's guarding him there.
Love to get another foul on Dutemeyer here. And they're right on cue, baby. Let's go.
Ask and you shall receive as Landon Dutemeyer picks up his 3rd. That'll be team foul number 8. And the steady hand of Aiden Klosterman will go to the line to shoot 2.
I was really hoping that was his
that'll
4th.
Be a 1-and-1.
Really hoping that was his 4th because
that would have been
I said it earlier. I like this gameplay, and he brings a lot to the table. He's just a tough matchup for the Cats, but we're hitting free throws, so it doesn't matter. 43-35, 3:05 to go.
Aiden Klosterman knocks down a huge free throw there in the front end, so he gets 1 more. And he knocks down another, so he's been quiet all night, but he makes some big free throws there. Give him 4. It's 44-35, 3 minutes to play. Trentcamp thought about a three. Now Holtz attacking the hoop, goes up with it, it's no good. Hager rebounds and puts it up and in. Cody Hager's got 8, it's 44-37.
There's another one
and
on
Dutemeyer's going to get his 4th.
Now he's got 4.
And Aiden Closeman will go back to the line.
Yeah.
We will be quite all right with that if they just keep fouling Closeman in the rest of the game.
No kidding. And
that's probably
4th.
the number 1 kid you want to have at the line for this team.
That was an interesting lineup they had out there offensively for Delhi with, Orchid, I thought, played a great game down low, slicing and dicing. They've moved him out. They've put Hager down low. So they've kind of gone with their big lineup, and it's kind of, I don't want to say it's given our zone some problems, but it's not what I would expect out of them right now.
Aiden is 6 for 6 from the line. He knocks down both on the 1-and-1, and it's 46-37.
Can't believe they don't have Grimm in and some outside shooting, but I'm not going to tell them that.
Top of the key to Holtz. High post to Hager, takes one hard dribble, faces up.
3 seconds.
3-second violation is the call. As Hager was in there too long, it'll be Central City basketball. They're up 9, 2.5 minutes to play in the game.
I can't watch. I'm going to the locker room.
We're going to have Lance McShane re-enter for Mac Valley. He will replace Dutemeyer with 4 fouls. Maybe they're going to go with some offense for defense with those two, perhaps.
Boy, I mean, they haven't even looked at Grimm since they've taken him out, and he's been pretty impressive with his shot ability and
it's a great
ball
point.
Distribution. And so a couple of guys there that I thought would be out on the floor.
Aiden Closeman's handling the ball for Central City. He's in no rush, and wisely so. He hands it to Hansen, top of the key, standing at the volleyball line. Inside to Benton, it's tipped away by Orcutt, and he comes up with the steal. Orcutt's going to run in transition. Now he hands it off to Holtz. More of a guard there is Holtz.
He's pesky.
Running the 1, over to McShane, now into the corner to Trentcamp. Fakes a 3, pull-up jumper on the way from Trentcamp is well off the mark, left it short, rebounded by Hager. He has it in the right corner, lost his dribble, now over to Orcutt. And Orcutt throws it away. We touched, no, we did not touch it. That'll be Central City basketball as look who's back in the game. Dayton Price is going to re-enter.
That's interesting.
As Jaden Hansen will come out. And looks like they might be thinking a foul game because we've got Brock Dack making his first appearance in tonight's game. Rickles gets it into Matthew Klosterman. Getting it up the floor for Central City. Crosses into the front court. Has it right wing. Dribbling left over to Aiden Klosterman. Attacking the hoop. Picks up his dribble over to Price. He has it on the right wing. Hands it off to Matthew Klosterman. Attacking downhill. Goes up with his layup. It's off the glass. No good. Rebounded by McShane. It was a great take, but he couldn't get it to go.
Circus shot. I don't know.
But he probably not one you wanted there. The take was good, but the shot was probably one you didn't need. Oh. Poked away from behind by Klosterman, and he comes up with the steal. Aiden Klosterman with the quick hands. Takes it away from Orcutt. And Aiden Klosterman calls a timeout. Coach Carlson having a conversation with Matthew there, his young point guard, about not needing that shot.
Yeah, what are you doing down there? That was pretty easy to read. I mean, if you're down 9, maybe, but not with 90 seconds left in the game, up 9. I mean, you don't really need a shot at all, I guess, is probably what I'd be telling them. And I got a feeling he's reiterating that right now. They can't score if they don't have the ball. They can't have the ball if we keep it in our possession.
So 60-second timeout called by Coach Carlson. We've got 1:23 to play, and Central City's up 9, 46-37 is our score.
Possession arrows pointed towards the wrong Wildcats. So if we get a tie ball or something along that line, it's going to go to them.
17 fouls on Central City, 9 on Maquoketa Valley, so they're in the double bonus in the next one. We're
huge.
Still in the single bonus for a couple.
Yep, we cannot have any fouls on our side. If we do shoot, which we shouldn't do a whole lot of, we better not get any more fouls on free throws or.
Rickles is going to throw it in for Central City. Looking around, has it tipped by Dack, who is newly checked into the game, and he's just trying to be a pest in front of Rickles, the 6-foot senior. Trying to make it hard for him to get it in.
Oh, that was
a delay of game warning is the call.
The world's. Oh, that's unfortunate too, because we had a wide open look. Both defenders went with one Klosterman and
works out in the long run as Matthew Klosterman gets it in. He's triple team, gets it over to his brother. He thought about going downhill, but he wisely pulls it out. They're going to make him foul him. Now we'll take that one as it's wide open, and Matthew Klosterman gets the layup to go. And it is a 10-point lead, or double-digit lead for Central City, 48-37. It's 11 points. A minute to go in the game, and Wildcats are up 11. Cook is going to chuck a three-pointer left wing. It's good. How about that shot from TJ Cook?
I had my eyes closed. I missed it, and I'm glad I didn't see it.
It was a deep, tough three, and he hasn't scored all night. He gets that one to go. We've got 55 seconds to play, and Central City's up 48-40. It's got to hold on for 55 more ticks of the clock, and they'll be walking away with a huge win.
I'm going to walk away. You got this, David. I'm going to go hide.
Looks like Jaden Hansen's going to re-enter the game.
Yeah,
he shows his number to the scorer's table. I like the move.
He's some guys that can dribble the ball and keep possessions going is what we need right now.
Hansen's good because he can handle the ball as a third option, but he can also rebound pretty well. He's a little bigger than the Klosterman boys, standing at 6 feet. So here we go, 48-40, 55 seconds to go. We've got a 60-second timeout right now.
I'm no historian, but I think this might be the first sweep of Mac Valley ever.
Well, I was live tweeting, and I saw Jeff Linder, sports writer for the Gazette, retweeted my tweet about the final from the girls' game, and he said he believes it's the first 5-on-5 victory in Central City history.
Yeah, and there's not a, we had a nice little stretch of beating Mac Valley on the boys here and there, but we didn't with the girls then, so I don't think great inbounds play there. Now
Aiden sends it over to Matthew. They're got to be close to 10 seconds. They got to cross into the front court, and they just do. Aiden loses it. He almost throws up a shot out of need, and a silly foul there from Aiden, and Coach Carlson's hot. He didn't like the shot or the foul.
Yeah, the shot, I was kind of hoping for a foul. The foul was on him and really unexcusable. That'll be a good one for film tomorrow when Coach Carlson can ask him what was going through your head right here.
That is Aiden's third, team foul number 8, and it'll be Lucas Orcutt shooting the 1-and-1. Front end is on the way, and it's no good. Ball tipped around. It's still loose, and Cook's going to pick it up, but he's in trouble, and he traveled.
Yeah.
He took 2 big steps when he was trying to reel it in.
That was tough because he didn't, I don't know if he really had full possession, but who cares? We'll take it. Got to get some home cooking once in our lives here.
Central City ball under the Mac Valley basket. Rickles is going to throw it in. Benton's way down court is the last resort option. Cook tips it away out of Klosterman's hands, and it goes out of bounds. Wildcats will keep it.
36.8, 8 points.
48-40, Central City on top. Inbounds pass goes to Matthew Klosterman, and he is fouled.
There's a foul.
So Matthew will take a trip down the floor, and he'll shoot a 1-and-1.
Is it 1-and-1 still? Should be 2.
Yep, good call. Good call on that. He will shoot 2, my mistake, as they are in the double bonus.
That's all I'm watching is these fouls because kind of had a feeling it was going to come down to that, and this is what we've been waiting for.
Fouls on Brock Dack, his first, team foul number 10.
I'm glad I'm not a freshman shooting free throws with 35 seconds left. But
nothing but ice in the veins of Matthew Klosterman. Lucky 13 points for him.
Here comes Grimm checking in. They want that three-point shooter now.
Grimm back in the game with 4 fouls, replacing Dack.
I don't know what you do defensively. I'd switch. If you want to stay in a zone, I'd go to a 3-2 zone here, but I wouldn't let them get
offensive rebound by Benton off the miss.
Get it out.
Top of the key to Rickles. Now over to Aiden Klosterman. That's who they want to have it. And they're gonna have to foul him as TJ Cook commits his first foul of the game. Team is already in the double bonus. Aiden Klosterman's going to shoot 2 free throws.
Good 10 seconds came off the clock there. We're down to 28
seconds are left.
Getting ready to take my headset off and storm the field.
Aiden has 6 points. All 6 have come at the line. Why don't we make it 7 as he puts that one in? And he'll have a chance for one more. Dayton Price makes a trek over to the scorer's table, but did so a little prematurely as Coach Carlson wrangles him back over to the bench. Now he goes over. As Aiden knocks down the next one, he's 8 for 8 with 8 points in the night.
Huge.
And Rickles will be replaced by Price. 51-40 as Toby Grimm kicks it across half court to Holtz. Attacking the hoop, gets Benton in the air, and he's going to be fouled.
He traveled before that, but he got a little happy feet, and Mackay came out on him, and he got scared, took an extra step, but there was some contact afterwards.
That'll be Benton's 4th, so luckily he's still able to stay in the game. Team foul number 9 as Avery Holtz is at the line to shoot 2. First one is on the way and good. That is 5 points for Holtz. The average is 12.2, so we've kept him well under his average. Braden Rickles is back in the game. Dayton Price is going to come out.
We need to go over to our student section and teach them little tricks here to get a little louder and a little more ruthless. We're too nice.
Holtz makes both free throws. We've got Brock Dack and Lance McShane re-entering. Grimm and Cook will come out. Rickles going to throw it in. He can run the baseline if he wants to, and he does so. Gets it into Aiden Klosterman.
Oh, nice
over
pass.
to Benson. Across half court to Rickles. He's just going to hold on to it. And he's almost thrown to the ground. Hager had to save him from falling. Probably saving himself at the same time, because if he threw him to the ground there, it's probably unintentional.
Yeah, that was pretty close, but he knew he had to foul, and that was all the way he could do is get his hands on him and about run him over.
Cody Hager called for his third foul as Rickles goes to the line to shoot 2. First one is going to be no good off back iron. Dayton Price is going to get Rickles, who is the shooter at the moment. Grimm and Cook re-entering for Dack and McShane. Little offense for defense
little
for Mac
chess
Valley.
match going on here between the two coaches. I'd be getting somebody back on hold. This is important down here. We need to know where he's at. Mackay
No good, but
with
Benson tracks down the offensive rebound, gets it into Rickles.
Rebound.
And how about Braden Rickles getting another chance?
We miss free throw after free throw here down the stretch, and Mackay Benton bails us out with 2 offensive rebounds.
Just worked so hard on the glass, and that is Hager's 4th.
Yeah, he covered what? Probably went from the free throw to clear out in the corner to get that rebound. That's nice work.
Rickles catches some air on that one, but he'll get one more.
Rickles has got a little nerves here, shooting these last 3 free throws. And
Brock Trenkamp is back in the game for Mac Valley. Lucas Orcutt's going to come out. One more for Rickles. It's 51-42. Can't get that one to go. Rebounded by Trenkamp.
10 seconds
on the clock. Trenkamp over to Holtz. Uses a screen. It's tipped. Grimm takes it. Thought about a 3. Now Cook. Cook launches a 3-pointer from the right corner. It's good.
How
and
about
we've got
that
a timeout on the floor.
Nice defense there by the Wildcats. It was only 8 seconds, but it felt like 8 minutes.
So 51-45. I guess that keeps some hope alive for Mac Valley, but really with 2 seconds, this one's just about over.
Yeah.
It would take a pretty serious collapse at this point.
Monumental collapse. Although, I mean, it's been done before.
Certainly not. It wouldn't be the strangest thing to ever happen at a basketball court, but it would be up there.
It would, well, probably in this gym, it would be about the strangest thing.
That's fair. That's a fair point. So it's a 6-point game. We've got 2.7 seconds to go. Mac Valley calls a full 60-second timeout. As TJ Cook, he didn't really score anything in that first 3 quarters. He's hit a couple pretty big threes in this 4th quarter.
Yeah, he's hit them when he's needed to here.
Now, so Wildcats going with the Klostermans, Rickles, Hanson, and Benton.
This might be a long 2 seconds because I think Carlson's got a couple of timeouts left. So if we can't get it in, we aren't going to look at a 5-second call, I wouldn't think. He's got to be in this official's hip pocket ready to call a timeout.
And he is standing right next to that far official. Hanson's going to throw it in.
Yeah.
A football pass to Benton.
Touch it.
He tracks it down, and that does take off half a second.
Yep, and most importantly is he touched it so they don't get the ball underneath their basket.
So it's good
It was
hustle.
touched. No, it was touched, Coach.
Yeah, Coach Connor didn't realize it was touched, I don't think. He's not going to argue it too much now that he gets the explanation, so fair enough there.
He's got to try for that, I guess, even though he's 100% wrong.
Inbounds pass goes to Holtz. 1 second on the clock. Chucks him half-court heave. It's
Nope.
no good. And the Wildcats sweep Makoketa Valley. Our final score, Central City 51, Makoketa Valley 45. A sweep from Central City. As how about that? 2 wins against the other Wildcats for our Central City Wildcats. And we're going to have some happy people in the red and black here tonight.
Yep, that was phenomenal basketball by both the boys and the girls. Man, I don't even know what to say. Like, it's just, you play hard, give yourself the opportunities at the end of games to win, and both teams did. I mean, we forced the Mac Valley boys into a bunch of free throws at the end, and if you're not working hard, you're not getting those opportunities, and that's how a couple turnovers here or there, and then we're not shooting free throws, or that could go really different really quick. But Cat just kind of kept the pressure on all game and come out with a pair of wins. Man, that's got to be the first sweep over Mac Valley in varsity contests.
Just incredible night for Central City. They got to be really proud of themselves.
I can go all the way back to the 5-on-5 days. 6-on-6, I don't know what happened in the 80s. You weren't even thought about being born yet. So, maybe we did it in 6-on-6 with the girls. I don't know, but I'm pretty sure that's by far the first varsity sweep.
So before we sign off,
5-on-5.
let's look at some numbers here for Central City. Makai Benton led the way with 17. It was just a nice, quiet, efficient night for Benton, and he did what he needed to do. Let's not forget about those offensive rebounds. He had the one down here where Rickles missed it, and it bounced into that corner. Lucas Orcutt was the one boxing him out and had a significant advantage trying to get to that one, and Benton just worked harder than him, and he got to it.
Just out-hustled him.
And then also Matthew Closeman at 13, including that three-pointer right before the halftime buzzer. I'm not sure we win this game without that. That completely changed the entire outlook of this game.
Yes, for sure.
Just huge.
Kind of like, hey, we can play with these guys. Like, we're in the lead because we just hit a shot. That went a long ways. And great job by the rest of the Wildcats because, like you said, he had 10 at halftime, and he finished with 13. So that just means, we scored, 30 points right on the money in that second half. So we actually had a better offensive performance, and our leading scorer was Makai the leading?
Makai was leading scorer.
Makai's usually
Matthew was right there.
But yeah, Matthew was able to get the ball to some other guys, and we knocked down some timely free throws, a couple three-pointers that.
And how about this? I like this number. Aiden Klosterman didn't make a single field goal all night. Finishes with 8 points, 8 for 8 from the free throw line.
Jeez.
Just phenomenal job by him. Jaden Hanson had 8 as well, a couple threes and a big layup. Marcus Shellhorn had an early three that kind of got us going in the beginning.
First field goal of the game for the Cats.
And then Dayton Price hit a couple huge free throws. So a fantastic win.
We've never swept them like that. It's 6-on-6. Yeah.
That's what he thinks.
It had never happened. Yeah.
That's what they think.
It had never happened when. No, before when I coached, it hadn't happened yet.
So ladies and gentlemen, once again, final score in the girls' game: Central City 60, Maquoketa Valley 54. In the boys' game, Central City 51, Maquoketa Valley 45.
Cancel school tomorrow.
It is a Wildcat sweep, the good Wildcats, that is. As Maquoketa Valley takes 2 losses and Central City gets 2 huge wins. With the win, Central City is 5-14 on the year. That'll go a long ways in trying to increase their postseason seeding. And Maquoketa Valley falls to 7-11. Any final thoughts from Ratliff before we sign off?
Oh man, go Cats! Let's keep doing it. Well, that just secured it. We're doing the postseason games because anything can happen. Sorry, Karth, Cronin. I know you guys probably had your heart sets on pulling rank, but hey, if you want to jinx us, clearly. We're the Wildcat good luck charms. We are undefeated in our announcing careers together. So
can't argue with success.
We'll see you in the post. Yeah, we'll see you in the postseason, Cats.
So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for tuning in to tonight's broadcast. Just a great night of Central City basketball. For my broadcast partner, Cody Ratliff, I'm David Warrington saying good night and